wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab. It is
Hello.
Monday. That means it's time for Monday Night Raw.
It is.
Looks like they're starting out with Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio.
They're going to talk to us a lot until we die.
I don't think it's the go-home show yet, so...
I don't know why they have to talk so much.
They have to, or else nobody would know what Liv's doing. Not that anybody cares about what Liv's doing,
I
but
just
if
don't
you
wanna
did
hear
care
her
about
talk.
what Liv's doing, then that would be your thing. She's still doing that revenge tour thing. She's so trash.
Exactly as I planned. My revenge tour is going exactly as I planned.
Because people still, they call it tape still, because it's digital. Why would they show Damien winning if the whole point was to show how badass they are?
Walter's in the chat. Pickle is with us. Chris Akane, Uncle Howdy, or as we know him, Tyler is in the chat as well. Rafi is with us tonight. Sophie is out there. Thanks everybody for joining us. Really appreciate it. Walter says, hi Travis, hi Daphne. WWE Raw tonight. Good matches. Okay, at 9 I'm going. Be here Wednesday 8 p.m. for AEW. Piccolo says, Monday night is fine for fighting. And Chris says, hey guys. Chris also says lots of P. Diddler vids today. It's crazy, man. Piccolo says, Dirty Dom and Liv start off the show. Robbie had a long-ass message, and then he took it away. Tyler says, Jay ain't winning tonight. Sophie says, hi, people. How was your weekend?
Yeah, it's good. Mine.
We watched some boxing on Saturday. Ew. Anyways, Tyler says, Rob, and Sophie says, now reports are saying the Lucha Bros are still signed with AEW.
Uh-oh.
Walter says, boo, Liv and Dominik. And Tyler is upset because I guess he really likes Liv and Dominik because he's all boo Walter. And then Robbie said, let's not have a debate on the new hours of SmackDown Raw. It's grating on me like cheese. Yeah. If I come across any of those, I will not be reading them.
What is it?
Oh, whether they are or aren't, but the hours of this one's a 3, that one's a 2, that one's a 3, this one's a 2.
They're all going to 6.
Right? Chris says, disgusting Liv voice. Oh, come on, Chris. You liked it. Tyler's like, my night is ruined. Thanks, Rafi. Walter says, White 6 rules in WWE. And Tyler's like, damn right, Walter. And then Sophie says, Vince released a statement regarding the Netflix documentary.
Cool.
I'm glad his PR people are on top of that.
Did it say to be the man, you have to beat the man? That's what I would say.
Is that what you say?
Yeah, it's Ric Flair's. And go, woo! Afterwards. He found a cajon.
He found his balls.
Marbles. Marbles. If she had low-waisted shorts on, they'd look so much better. I just don't understand that. I'm going to pull them up to my belly button. 1984 look. And
Maybe
mom,
she likes to have her pooch more accentuated.
her mom jeans.
I'm beat you.
She's so bad.
I'm not gonna beat you. Because I'm better than you.
She's bigger.
I'm not gonna beat you because I'm stronger than you. I'm gonna beat you because I'm smarter than you.
She's the smartest girl in the trailer park.
That's saying something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's so important. You have to come out here and interact. Tell us, Rhea.
Tell us more. She's cleared. For both of you. Now I understand that I speak 14 different languages as long as they're all English. Because she speaks
We
a
just
different
heard.
one.
We just heard English from one. I think
Yeah.
it was supposed to be English.
There's like 4 or 5 different Englishes in America. Yeah, nah, nah. Knock. Oh, what? Oh, nark. What I said, am I an asshole? No, no.
How stupid.
We're gonna put Dominik in a shark cage.
Wow, this is dumb.
So dumb. they get some bad idea. It's old. I mean, we've seen it before with managers, but
We have.
oh yeah.
And you can keep the garbage I never wanted.
She wanted him. She had to settle for Buddy Murphy. That's assault.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. She might have had a seizure or something, though. Which made her head jerk forward.
Oh. Maybe she has a medical condition.
Jigsaw. Yeah, Postman Pierce.
All right.
October 5th should be a good day for wrestling.
Is there a whole bunch or something?
I don't know. Oh, there's a UFC event on. So
Yeah, that's
they're
right.
starting it a little bit early.
Sophie says, do you think the WWE will revisit the Becky Lynch Liv feud whenever Becky does come back?
I didn't know there was a feud there. No, Liv's not on that level. I think Liv's just doing this quick little thing, and then they'll put her back down at the mid card so she wrestles the likes of like Tegan Knox and Shotzi Blackheart. The other Australian, what's her name? The little skinny one, Dakota Kai.
Oh, thought she was broken. Pickle's like, woo! And then Sophie's like, a shark cage for Dom. Robbie's like, why is your Galleria such a bad actor on the mic? Why is your Liv Lovey Pants talk like such a weirdo?
I thought Liv was here first. I was like, she calling.
Robbie says, your boy H with some top pay-per-view ideas. Sophie says, we haven't seen the WWE use a shark cage in a while. I thought they would add like a Hell in a Cell match to Rhea versus Liv. And Chris says, last time a shark cage in WWE, Enzo Amore was in that cage. And you can't teach that. Sophie says, Cody Roman versus Jacob and Solo is the rumored main event for Bad Blood. I thought the honor would go to CM Punk versus Drew since they have been feuding almost all year.
Why would you think that when it's Roman Reigns?
Hello, it's Roman and
The Bloodline.
the Bloodline, right? The fake Bloodline.
Roman.
But Roman and
the Bloodline have main
a
evented
champion. Hello.
everything since what, 2020? He's been the main event, or was it 2021? It doesn't matter who else there is.
I try to forget all of
I mean,
it.
even when Brock was there, they would still try to put him as the main event, and then Brock would just open the show. If I ain't first, I'm last. If I ain't last, I'm first.
Chris says, people saying Cody versus Roman 3 at Mania Vegas. That's some BS match.
It'd be alright. Roman needs to get the title back, and it would make sense doing it that way, but they would have to do a Cody... Probably a Cody heel turn or something to make that happen.
Robbie says, come on now. You know I don't give a F about the slag Liv. LOL. Right. So if it says CM Punk versus Drew Hell in a Cell match, they have been building that as a main event match.
Yeah, but it's not Bloodline. Neither of them really have even a history of it. Drew doesn't even have that big of a history with the Bloodline. That's why Jey Uso's the main eventer. Bloodline. I feel like people forget that. Jay's Bloodline. Jimmy, Bloodline. When they were together, Bloodline. It was all main event stuff. If Roman wasn't there, they were on last. Oh, God. Oh, God. I would do that as a joke, and it would be funny, but it was weird when she did it. Like a one-time casual? What? Mm-hmm.
No, we meant like switching up teams.
The Bungles and the Redskins should be a good one. Joe Burrows. He's 1-9 in the first 3 weeks or 2 weeks of the season in his career. But week 3 is 3-0-1. Make that 4-0-1 because they're winning tonight.
Are they?
Well, the Redskins aren't that good.
Okay.
I don't even know who their quarterback is, to be honest. They had a pretty good quarterback last year, but I don't know what happened to him. Like, if he's still the starter, because he was under a 1-year type deal. Some swarm and tackling, though. Gotta love that.
For the Bengals?
No, that was the... Wait, who are you talking about? The quarterback thing?
Yeah.
Bengals have one of the best quarterbacks in football.
Oh.
Joe Burrows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I was talking about the Washington Redskins.
Oh.
What the hell was that name? Did you see that name?
I wasn't looking. So sorry.
Oh, you're staring at it.
Oh, I don't really.
He's like a corner, I think. His name was every letter in the alphabet. I
The
think.
white jersey guys or the
Yeah.
Bengals?
It was maybe that one. No, it's none of those. Unless it's Gene the Baptist.
That guy?
No, definitely not. It
That
was this one. Yeah. Igabana Ganhi. Nailed it.
Yeah. Good job.
I forgot to show what possession was.
Oh.
Corner. or
He's
safety.
somewhere on the defense.
Uh-oh, Burrows. You don't have to touch him. He's skidded feet first.
It's okay. He touched him nicely, though. He's like, you're down. I got ya.
Burrows is like, I'm not a runner, but this is a giant hole I could drive a Cadillac through. I told you about the neighbor on the Cadillac.
Yeah.
Always makes me sick. She's like, yeah, I just gave him the other one.
Of course she did.
And I'm like, wait, you gave it to him? She's like, yeah, well, he bought the other one for $25. And I'm like, it's a $100,000 car. And she's like, yeah, I didn't think I could get that out of it. And I need it out of here so I can sell the place. And then I told him he can't take the one without the other one. I'm like, what the fuck? I would have taken the 70s one. Not that shit's badass. Smokey and the Bandit.
He wanted the pink one?
Mm-hmm. Bought it.
Huh. Weird.
Yeah, she gave him the white one.
He's just going to turn around to sell it.
Yeah, he said he can get rid of it.
He's going to get rid of it immediately. He's like, ugh.
He owns the funeral home.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess he really wanted the pink one. He has a few different Cadillacs. He's a Cadillac guy. Uh-oh! Do you think he was one of those Christmas elves, too? And followed Hermie? Or is he the... You know, because he really does look like Hermie, too. He's just a little taller.
I don't know, sweetie.
And how he walks, he could be different. You know what I mean? I'm not like the other elves. I'm different. Shouldn't he be on SmackDown? Isn't he dating, what's her name? Tiffany?
Tiff Tiff?
She's in SmackDown. Maybe that's why they're transferring her to Raw.
Maybe.
In that lost thing.
Maybe it's, they're real serious. No, instead of just, yeah, we're kind of serious. But now they're like, no, we're really serious.
She better be really nice because she has a pretty face and I'm not a huge fan of the body.
You're weird.
When you're a WWE superstar, you have your cream of the crop. You should go date somebody in the other company. Although there's not very many smoke shows over there either. You go down to NXT, recruit down there.
Yeah. Chris says, speaking of Shotzi, she will get the Blackheart last name as WWE filed for trademark. She's only been called Shotzi since leaving NXT. Ravi says, I only rate Bayley in the women's division. You should know by now. And Sophie says Cody is going to have a marching band perform his theme music at the pay-per-view.
Oh, Lord.
Cool.
Maybe he's trying to lose fans. And it makes sense. Because they probably try to turn him heel or something.
Sophie says, I heard they might do Cody versus The Rock for Mania and Roman versus Jacob as well. Chris also says a little random side note, but there was a shoot videos on YouTube of Sunny talking about fucking Dolph Ziggler and even hinting about fucking with other guys like Orton and Cody.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure she did it all.
Sophie says, I saw that new Matlock series. It isn't that bad. Harley Fife is in the chat. Hey, Harley, good to see you tonight. Says hello, everyone. Hello.
Hello.
Chris says she said it was, quote, quest for her and it was easy. It was kind of disturbing to hear that considering all these years later where everyone is. I guess Cody and Orton and Dolph are in better place now. Chris says, here comes my boy Kaiser. Sophie said, have you guys been playing any video games lately?
No, I haven't even turned mine on forever.
Chris says a dream match for me would be Kaiser versus that Kyle Fletcher guy from AEW. They are kind of like the same, but I want to see how that match would play out. Sophie says WWE brought back Saturday night's main event before like 0608 and they started at 8 and sometimes it was like a week or two before or after a pay-per-view.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. The Kyle Fletcher thing's different though because Kyle's more of a high flyer. He's more athletic. Where Ludwig's more of a grinder, slower, which is fine. I mean, those two styles do match up very well. It'd be like watching this Fidel Castro match, but with more athleticism. Sammy is like so gross. Why is he out there? Did he separate his shoulder?
I don't know, but ha 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 ha.
Look at him. Shove him. Ugh.
Anyways, Ravi's talking about his favorite boxer. He was really upset this weekend that AJ didn't win. He thought he was so going to. I'm reading this verbatim, just so you know.
AJ got his ass handed to him the whole fight.
He was so upset that he didn't win. He cried about it.
I thought he was coming back at that last second. And he was throwing. I was like, AJ's gonna knock him out. Then AJ was laying on the ground. I'm like, never mind. I was wrong.
Thank God.
AJ's like, I am not retiring. I'm just getting started.
With falling down?
It's a new... Daddy texts me later that night. He's like, dude, I missed it. I was like, well, he got knocked out. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah, he got knocked out.
He missed... Oh, he didn't watch it?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
But he's like, now we can have that fight with him and Wilder. Now it would make sense because they both lost, coming off losses. It'd be fun to watch.
Would Wilder want to, though? Is he a big crybaby now, too? I don't want to box anymore! Ah! I'm surprised I'm surprised that AJ even wanted to do anymore.
I know Fury wants that fight now with AJ. Guarantee after seeing that performance. It's too bad we didn't get to see those guys in their primes because Fury would have fucking killed him after seeing that. And AJ wasn't as good as he is now. Then. Can't believe how many people love that dude and how rich he got off people. AJ? The dude's worth like over $500 million.
He's garbage. That's what's so sad. The poor kid had so much potential, and then he just became garbage.
All those gym muscles.
I guess. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's gym muscles or something else, but...
Down to 39 for the Redskins.
Anyways, Ralph is like, ooh, that man landed awkward. Sophie says, Damian versus Finn. Do you think it will continue past Bad Blood, or do you think it will be a multi-match feud? And Piccolo says, cool Kyle Fletcher and Drip Kaiser triple threat. Who's cool Kyle?
I like the idea of this pay-per-view's name, and I would like to see it end feuds, not start feuds.
The Bad Blood stuff?
Yeah, it just seems like a good restart going into Mania season. If they did it right, this would be a perfect pay-per-view to end all the old stuff.
That's hilarious. You're like, if they did it right. That's so funny.
I know, Tony Khan.
Your jokes are hilarious.
Tony Khan can't get it done.
You mean Triple H, Tony Khan?
Oh, well, whoever runs it, it's the same guy. 2 alpha males. She looks just like her dad.
She looks a lot like him, doesn't she?
He's got a little bit in his upper head.
Yeah.
Like his eyes and his forehead.
Yeah, he definitely came out in his kids quite a lot. It's so funny seeing him that old now. She has a baby and everything. It's so crazy. Yeah. She's married and has a kid. It's so weird.
Like 15.
No, she's not. That's the crazy part, dude. She's like in her 20s. You're just like...
Their dad was awesome.
That's...
Crunky, it's a stingray.
His son kind of talks a little bit like him. He does stuff like him, too. It's cute.
Just get in your basket, fall asleep, you asshole. I'm going to go over there. Mom has a cool lab. That guy lost his bonnet.
What are you doing? No.
Come on, Ludwig. Beat this bum. You know Ludwig's going to lose this because Sammy's going to be wrestling Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to make it like he has a chance.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to pin him clean, which is dum 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 dum. Hey, baby. Don't you drink my water.
He's like, ugh, what's in it? Piot. He's like, here's my starfish. You're going to throw up? Does Dad's water that yucky? It just has vinegar in it, you weirdo. Yeah.
Your crackers suck. You need a knife. I'm going to go get you a knife.
No.
Or a spoon or something. Like one of those weird serving spoon knives.
No. No.
That might be a touchdown. No. No, they put it on the tube. Dude, get in position.
So we said it sounds like AEW pay-per-views will be going to Max starting in January once AEW pay-per-views goes to Max. Do you think it will get AEW new fans?
No.
No.
There is no new wrestling fans.
They try, but
they don't exist. There's not just somebody out in the universe going, I wish there was a wrestling company.
Or just come across it while they're scrolling through something and go, what's this? And then open it up and go, and then quickly move on with their lives because they saw Sami Zayn on their screen and they're like, oh my God, do they all look like this?
Right. And that's why it's so important to have your wrestlers look like wrestlers. not like gas station attendants
That's
or
true.
weird elves or anything else.
Well,
You gotta have slobber knockers.
Chris says, I'm like Dee when it comes to losing respect for these so-called wrestlers. Like when Dee lost respect for the quitter pants here, I lost respect for Sammy once he lost to Mousetrap. I used to like Conspiracy Sammy.
I liked the conspiracy one, but when he lost to the Mousetrap, it did change things. Which is fine. I mean, it was part of the get-up, but still. Then they put him in the Bloodline, which was stupid as fuck. It had funny moments, though.
Ravi says, you was the one that messaged me, Dee, telling me AJ was gonna... Do you want me to pull receipts, Ravi, about how you're the one that loves him? Sophie says, AJ Styles has been wrestling live events. I don't know why we haven't seen him on WWE TV yet. And then says, my mom has been in a nursing home for a couple weeks now, and somehow she lost her phone. That happens. They either lost it, someone stole it.
You can track
Sorry,
it.
your mom's in a nursing home. Is it because she's sick? Like, is she getting better from something and she's coming home, or
Right.
what?
You should be able to track the phone. They do have a tracking device on phones. You just sign into your carrier. Do you know what brand the phone is? Or do you have it on a Google account? Either one of those will work.
Pickle says, who's on Monday Night Football? Bengals and who? That would be
Jackson.
the Redskins.
It's the Redskins and the Bengals and the Jaguars and somebody else. I just noticed that they're playing also. Is in the top corner. It had the score.
They have 2 Monday Night Football games now.
Buffalo and Jacksonville are playing on ESPN.
Aspen. What you got left in the old tank? Chris says, Cool Kyle was Kyle O'Reilly nickname in the NXT 2.0 era. Oh, that's why I have no idea who that is. I can't even picture who Kyle O'Reilly is. Isn't that weird guy?
I like Kyle O'Reilly. Snot.
Which one is he over there?
Kyle O'Reilly. He's the Irish one that kind of tells jokes in the back.
Is he the one that looks like he's dying constantly? Like he had
did
whatever
break his
back
neck.
something, and now his face looks like he's death walking.
He is
Sinking
the,
in eyeballs and dark skin.
He's the one that was with Adam
He's
Cole.
hanging out with the Swamp Guy now. And that little group, right? Swamp Guy and
I think
Orange
so.
Cassidy and
he
Willow
tells the
and
jokes.
those ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still don't care.
No.
Anyways,
he's garbage.
Sophie says usually in October they give you hints on what the Mania matches could be.
Yeah.
Maybe
It's
they
coming.
will, maybe they won't this time.
Yeah, Triple H might not show his hand.
Rob is like, H and Tony have not got a brain cell between them. Sophie says, I don't get the Triple H hate.
Triple H is Tony Khan. It depends on if you like Tony Khan or hate Tony Khan. They're the same dude.
Sophie said they don't get the hate.
Right. And if
Like
you
why you
like
hate Triple
Tony
H.
Khan, then you like Tony Khan. If you don't like Tony Khan, then you hate Triple H. It's where it comes from. It just depends on if you like little flippy guys or big strong guys like Randy Orton and Gunther and I don't know, Braun Strowman and Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns and Cody.
Robbie says, is she in her 20s? Who would have known? Steve Irwin's daughter? Yeah, she's like in her 20s. Brandon
Does she
Stevens.
jump on alligators?
No, but
Does the brother?
he does. Like I said, he goes out in the field and does stuff like his dad does. I'm not sure about the jumping on them. I don't watch any of their channel stuff, so I
Her
wouldn't
dad is a
know.
crazy motherfucker. You see this crocodile right here?
They probably aren't allowed.
It takes 12 of us to wrestle it down. Cracky, I got his face! It's like,
Brandon
why do you want
Ste-
its head?
Brandon Stevens in the chat says, hey, Wrestling Guy. Hey, Brandon. Sophie says SmackDown wasn't that bad Friday. Ravi says no one cares, Sophie. Sophie says Bad Blood, it seems like it will be a feud ender for some of them. And with Roman versus Solo and Jacob, it sets up for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Ravi says, doesn't matter what channel for me. And Sophie says Justin Rhodes is going to start his own wrestling company. This match is a banger, though. I don't lose respect for that many wrestlers.
Is that the one? He's going to start the wrestling company with Vince's money? Is it that one? I read something about a former WWE wrestler is going to take like $4 billion of Vince's money and start a wrestling company.
How is he going to take his money? Like, steal it from him?
Oh, he'll invest in it. Vince will just run it.
I thought Vince was sick. Maybe he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, maybe. Like, Vince, just chill. You don't need another wrestling company. If you're going to buy one, just buy AEW.
Mm-hmm.
It makes so much sense. Have Stephanie and your freaking son come in and run it.
And Robbie says, I don't care for wrestlers. I just watch. Sophie says, yeah, she is sick. Oh, I'm sorry. She's still sick? I feel like she's been sick for a while.
Do we know what kind of sick?
Yeah, what kind of sick is your mom?
You brought him some bootios.
No. Chris says, yeah, I'm going to make a prediction. We're going to have a boom period for big guys in wrestling. But it will only last for, years, 2 years tops. Because Triple will be forced to push the big guys. Who's going to force him?
The fan loss is going to force him.
They don't care about that, it seems like.
they're
Because
gonna
he continuously keeps doing the same shit over and over again. So I'm not sure who's caring.
What's on his wrist?
It's a donut.
Oh, bootio.
A bootio.
Out with the old and in with the new.
Hmm.
Do you think she's uncomfortable?
In what way?
Just standing there in an underwear.
In her underwear?
Basically.
It's no different than being in a bikini or something. She has more clothes on there than she would if she was at the beach.
Right, I guess.
Chris says, yeah, I'm going to make... Oh, I read that. Sophie asked, is baseball on tonight?
Yeah. Baseball's always on.
Robbie says, yes, pull receipts when someone messages first. I don't want to be rude and not message back. Oh, okay. I see how it is, Robbie. Well, I was just making conversation because the fucking boxing was in your country. Next time, I won't. In fact, I'm not going to read any more of your messages.
You're so
I'm here.
weird.
So,
Uh-oh. Bungles just scored a touchdown earlier today. They're going to do it again here.
Mm-hmm. Sylvie says it looks like they are setting up Imperium breakup again.
Yes, it's going to happen.
Chris says they need to make big guys from AEW like Gates of Agony guys, Brian Cage, Powerhouse Hobbs. And in WWE, they have Braun Breaker, Strowman, Reed, and Obafemi, Gunther. And we need that Hammerstone. Sophie says Sammy did beat Gunther at Mania. And Sophie also says, I don't know what type of wrestlers I like. Chris says, Sophie, correction, Sammy was booked to beat Gunther. It wasn't earned. Yes, I know, it's scripted. But if you have no credibility like Sammy, it doesn't count. And then Robbie said something. And Sophie says, yeah, and she has some sort of infection. Oh, that sucks.
Ugh. Yeah, those are bad.
Chris says, look at Cody's group. Go, man. And then Robbie said something. And Sophie says, if this was a 2-hour show, this segment wouldn't be given that much time. And
Exactly.
then that guy in her chat said something. And then Sophie said, we still don't know if Brock was going to beat Gunther like Sammy did, though. And then there's a blank spot in the chat.
You would think that it wouldn't happen because you wouldn't want Brock to have a minor league title. Right? Like, why would you want Brock to have an Intercontinental title or a U.S. title?
It might be worth having him
There's
there
your
for
show.
a
It's
mid-card
on
crap.
Tuesdays, by the way.
Well,
You could watch it.
watch it live with garbage.
I don't know what garbage means, but
Commercials.
so. We grew up with commercials. Commercials don't bother me.
They're terrible. I hate them. I'm just kidding.
High Potential. Have you guys seen that yet? Pretty good show. Started last week, I believe. Oh, damn. That might be a fumble. No, he's calling it incomplete pass. It's funny because you can have contact in the first 5 yards when you're a corner.
Mm-hmm.
So if they throw it behind the line of scrimmage, you should be able to have contact the whole time.
Mm.
And he did. And I think it's fine. When's your Wild Robot on?
I don't know.
Is it streaming or is it just a
It's going to be in the theaters.
theater type show?
Looks like it might be already out.
Maybe.
It didn't give a date. It just said stuff at the bottom. So it might be in the theaters.
I was looking at how big that moose's rack was. It was ginormous. Did you see it?
I don't think I was really paying attention to the moose.
I was like, oh my god. Oh. Uh-oh. Tomorrow, NXT. Grayson Waller going back down to the minors. Ugh. What's her name? Wednesday? Rin?
Ren.
Rin St. Clair? Rin?
Ren like the bird. W-R-E-N. Ren.
Rin?
Yeah. Ren.
Rin?
You gotta say the W. No.
Rin?
Ren.
Rin?
Ugh,
Wheatens?
that guy in our chat said something again.
Wheatens?
Wheat pens.
Are we not reading chats now?
I'm not reading that person's. He's a dick.
Oh. What do you do?
I don't have feelings.
You have feelings. Oh. Jey Uso won a 12-man tournament to wrestle Braun Breaker. Yeet! It's like the worst song ever. I'm a 10. I'm on a level 10.
Then repeat it 5 times.
Can
That's
you-
the songs nowadays.
Can you repeat this? Can you rhyme a word with itself? I'm a 10. I'm on a level 10.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that was a thing you could do. Guess you can do whatever you want. He's in the NFL.
Who was?
Braun Breaker. He said short and sweet like your NFL career.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
I don't know who he played for or if he actually played anything.
I was hoping that James Laurinaitis would show up, or whatever his name was. I don't know if it's James, but he was a linebacker for the Rams.
Oh, yeah.
But his
okay.
dad was Animal. So I always just figured he would be a wrestler one day.
Maybe he didn't want to do that. Maybe he had enough broken stuff with his body. He was like, I don't want to. No. Absolutely not.
Plus, it's hard to live up to your father's legacy when your father was a beast. When your dad could literally beat you up till his death day.
Robbie had asked, what happened to the in-between type guys in wrestling?
That's pretty much your whole roster.
Yeah, that's the problem. They're all in-between guys. So you don't have, like, a distinction anymore. And so...
Are you talking about in between, like, mid-card? Or are you talking about in between as in, like, they're both good guys and bad guys? Sorry, I should ask that. If you're talking about the mid-card guys, the Judgment Day, Dominik's probably a low card. The Creeds, the what's that other group called? The New Day. They're all mid cards, so there's really not a lot of low card guys, besides like these guys.
So
here.
they're just making all these plans without Balor?
There's another mid card guy.
Because Balor's not there.
Why are they trying to make a Russian a good guy? It doesn't work.
I don't know.
It doesn't work. It never did.
They should just make him a bad guy because they're bad right now, right? Supposedly, they're
Right.
like the
That's what I'm
devils.
saying. Like Russia's always been bad.
Robbie had also said, so Bad Blood is at a new pay-per-view going forward.
I don't know if they'll keep it, but they're trying it.
It's nostalgic pull-in from back in the day for now, but you never know what they'll do next year. They're trying to, get that fan base, people.
Selena Vega looking like $100 bill right there.
He said, I'm guessing in America you get films in the cinema before the UK.
No, UK usually gets them before us.
Yeah, I was going to say usually they're overseas way before. They're out in Europe before they are here.
The Bungles are crushing them. Or the Bills, sorry. Are crushing the Jags. Their quarterback signed a massive deal.
Wow. Sophie says Paul Heyman looks like he will be back with Roman as the face for the first time in his career. Sophie also says I saw high potential. It is good. Chris says what's funny is that these two guys are, I was like, like cruiserweight type wrestlers. I should have specified.
It's happening right now. You got your cruiserweights in there right this second. At least one of them, this Dragon Lee.
I don't know. Can he weigh that much?
He's 170 pounds, probably. He's under 218. That's the old cruiserweight. They made the new cruiserweights 205.
Right.
The old cruiserweights were 218. The reason they didn't stick with that is because AJ Styles and all those guys.
Yeah,
Daniel
they would have
Bryan,
never made it.
They would have all been in it.
Oh. Sophia says high potential is kind of like a female monk.
Yeah.
Kinda, but I think more different.
She's a little different kind of excessive compulsive.
Yeah,
like where he was more wash my hands, be clean, and she's more, she can't stop thinking about it because it gives her anxiety.
Yeah. Robbie says Bad Blood seems like it has potential.
Uh-huh. It sure does, and I think it can end a lot of feuds. I like the name. I like the openness of it, where they can put different types of matches in it.
Mm.
And then you can just end it.
Oh.
Feuds.
Oh. Right. Robbie says Chris says LWO guys are nobodies, but apparently that Joaquin Wild guy helped create the Ring of Honor logo back in the day, so I guess he has contributed to the wrestling business in his own way.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but
Okay.
is he one of the LWO guys? One of those Phantasma guys?
Sophie says the good part about Raw going back to 2 hours is that I could play video games or watch whatever I record a little bit earlier.
Isn't it awesome?
I think
It
that's
just
a
gives you
great
your
idea.
day back.
When does that start again?
After the pay-per-view. So the 5th is the pay-per-view, and
Oh.
so the 7th will be the
Damn it. Not soon enough.
soon.
Sophie says, when I play video games late at night, I get a little dizzy. Can happen. Might need to, like, have lights on.
Yeah, what kind of games are you playing, too? Are you playing, like, first-person games where you can, like, you're walking in the person and everything's bouncing around?
Robbie says they have some old school type matches for that pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Bob Blood. Robbie says that, and Sophie says, Usher deleted all his tweets from the diddler. Yeah, Sophie. I don't really care that he's trying to save face now. He's just as bad as the diddler.
But he was, whatever they call that.
He was too, but then he did it too. He helped do the whole thing with Justin Bieber, so he's just as much on the chopping block of being canceled as anybody else should be that's in that situation. I don't feel bad for Usher that much.
Just show us Zelina Vega this whole match, please. She's dressed like the Hard Rock Cafe. That's the only way I can describe what she looks like.
Okay. I'll look at her, but I'm sure what you're saying is probably right. Is it because of the design on the shirt?
Yeah, and her pants and or skirt, whatever. Her lower half, everything. It's just, it reminds me of the Hard Rock.
It's like those old school pin-up tattoo things or whatever that's like mom. You know what I mean?
No.
But they're like really like chunky and like hearts and black stuff around it and stuff.
Probably. Carlito! That's a good rating for him. A little high. I would have probably said 78 if they quizzed me. There she is on the outside. Carlito immediately goes to the outside, a veteran move. Dragon Lee with the shoulder block. His apple's in the corner over there. In a hole.
Oops. Guess he won't be using that.
Dragon Lee is officially listed at 4'11", I think. If that. I think they booked him higher than he is. Is he smaller than Zelina Vega? Sure looks like it.
Picola, he's in the chat but isn't, says sorry Gab Game. There was a big crash in the kitchen and I'm having to replace a couple of joints on the shelving. Ooh.
Oh.
Hopefully nothing broke too bad. That sucks, man.
Scratch your pans and shit.
Chris says Wild is the LWO guy who is tall. Does that flying springboard out the ring spot all the time.
Yeah, I don't watch him well enough.
Sophie says, I saw a picture of Scott Steiner's son. Oh my god, he looks better than his father did.
Is he going to wrestle?
What does that even mean, he looks better? Like,
he's probably meaning,
or?
yeah, he's probably meaning that he's jacked like a bodybuilder.
Mm.
I was hoping that he'd be like the original Scott. Kind of like Braun's the original Rick. Put those two together as a tag team.
Mm-hmm. Chris is like, they saying Jay-Z is next. Wouldn't be surprised. Cancel his
Yeah,
ass.
him and that girl
Him
that
and
he's with.
Beyonce need to be canceled too.
Zelina's super excited.
Oh, because Rey showed up. They thought he wasn't there, but he really was.
If I was there, I'm pretty sure I would have just videoed Zelina the whole time, and I don't think I would have watched the match. But there it is. That's the outfit I was talking about.
Well, with her boots on, she's the same height, but without her boots on, she's way shorter.
Oh. He's got boots on, too.
Yeah, but his are flat.
They look flat. They're probably not. They're probably got a 7-inch lift in the back.
Sure.
Look at Miz. Getting ready to do damage. He's going to join Carrion.
That's what I told her. I asked for this match.
Cross needs to work his back more.
Mm-hmm.
See the back of his shoulders? They're
Yeah.
underdeveloped. The fronts are big.
Yeah.
But see the back of it?
Mm-hmm.
Cable roads. Bring it out, Miz. Whip it out and beat his ass.
It's so funny because I remember Cross, right? When he first kind of came around and stuff, it was like not a big deal or whatever.
Ah. Is this
Smile.
that smile? Smiled those. I put that in our list. Oh, that's dumb. It doesn't even look scary.
That's so terrifying. Did you see those smiles?
Lights came out of
So
him?
fake, and then lights came out of her whole face. Anyways.
I need to watch Terrifier too.
The whole thing.
I'll probably break into 2 sections. I almost watched it this morning,
Oh, yeah?
but I had shit to do.
Well, you don't want me to watch it with you? You're goofy. Your goofy movie.
Well, I watched the first one, which was dumb as fuck.
You told me most of it, and I basically watched it.
You watched the second half.
I'm pretty sure what you told me isn't going to change me from
No.
knowing what happened, so I pretty much watched it. Is it talk outside?
Not ours.
Oh, I didn't think so. So he said, I didn't realize this Judgment Day had been main event group since 21. Ravi says, is Usher involved too? Yes, Ravi. Usher is definitely involved.
Where do you get your information? Allegedly. Where are you getting information? The
I
internet?
allegedly get my information from people who do their research, and yes, from the internet.
Did the liberal media tell you that?
No. Nope. They don't want you to know. They're trying to hush that shit up as fast as they possibly can.
Isn't there something to... and I don't know if this is true or not, so this is all allegedly. This is fantasy booking here. But wasn't there something about P. Diddy had something to do with the vice president? Like he had tapes on her too?
Supposedly, their big conspiracy is that
I can't say
the
right.
reason why all these celebrities are just coming forward to endorse her without context is because of everything that's happening with the Diddler. And that he has tapes on everybody. And so that's why all of a sudden they're all coming forward. Just like recent, they're just like bam, 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 bam. Like one right after the other. It's,
Well, we know
That's
what
what-
he did. Like,
I mean, he had cameras in every room. Like, that's not even a surprise. Like, everybody
Oh, no.
knew that. They knew that in the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah. The stupidity part of it is they think, what they think was going to happen, that it would just all go away, just randomly, just
My thing is, though...
disappear off the planet or the face of the earth. You think that fucker don't have,
right.
like, backups of backups of
right,
backups
but
of shit?
here's my thing, right? Like, so you're a human being, a normal one. Like, we'll just say, like, you're...
I can't be myself. I'm normal.
We'll call him, like, Abel Abadul or something, right? So Abel wakes up one morning, and he makes a demo tape, and he's really talented. So he sends it off, and somebody says, hey, you should talk to the... And anyways, it somehow gets to P. Diddy, or the P. Diddler, whatever you want to call him.
Right.
So this is a make-believe. That's why I'm making up names. So he goes to his house. How the fuck does he end up fucking some little boy? That's the part I don't understand. Like, you still, like...
Does Abel have kids?
Oh, what does that mean? I'm just
Does
saying...
Abel know somebody who has children?
Sure. So they say they'll kidnap him or something?
So does the diddler, like, say stupid shit like, if I have some shit on you, your demo tape, you want this to go any further? Then do this for me. And then showing this, you know, because it starts small. It's not always going to be that right off the bat, right?
Right, but at some
You think about how somebody manipulates somebody to do things for them that they want them to do. And then they have all this evidence against them. And they're like, I'll make you famous.
Cool, but you had to screw a little kid? No thanks.
Well, you're putting it to the sense that Abel's normal.
Yeah, that's
And somebody who wouldn't do anything like that. So I'm going to tell you this. Abel probably would never have a demo tape. And if he did, he probably would be putting that shit and making it himself and putting it on platforms like TikTok and stuff
nowadays,
like that.
But I'm talking the 90s. They didn't. None of that shit.
Well, right.
So, like, is that why Mace quit and became a gospel singer? So Mace was like this top.
Probably.
He was an East Coast rapper, so I'd never say top. I should get rid of that. But he was this rapper that rapped with Biggie and the other and Puff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he quit in his prime and became a gospel rapper or whatever, and like that was it. Like you never heard of him again.
Mm-hmm.
I
Probably,
think there was
no.
another Mace later or whatever.
He probably said no, and they're like, fine. And they're like, you'll never, ever rap in this town or this area or this whatever, this genre again. If you want to make music, good luck. So he went somewhere else and he made different music and found Jesus.
Right. And, and then the rumors are, obviously, this is fantasy booking.
Oh, of course.
Is that Biggie was at the end of his contract with him.
Ooh.
When he was killed.
Mm-hmm.
And so Biggie might have been leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes sense if you're into the conspiracy stuff. And anymore, conspiracies seem to just be legit. Like, they're just facts now. They didn't used to be. Conspiracies didn't used to be, like, just known facts.
But the problem of it is these were conspiracies when it happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you think about 30 years of it being a conspiracy. Now the proof's coming out. And now everybody's like, see? It wasn't a conspiracy.
Mm-hmm.
It was fucking truth. All these people who are like saying the stuff that they say, like hearsay, and yeah, this is probably what happened, and they're just speculating, and you know, and they tell their friends, and you know, the huge conspiracy in the rap community of who was behind who killed Tupac and Big E. You know, I mean, there's a huge conspiracy around who did it, right? Why aren't the police able to figure it out? Why haven't the police been able to, you know, find the person who did it? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, they're like...
Well, they raided a house not too long ago over the Tupac thing, and then shortly after raided P. Diddy's.
Yeah.
So they might be ahead of it, but that means that the police aren't in on it. I feel like once you're so deep, they have to be.
Yeah, but how many generations of different police are we talking?
Right.
You know, and what police at that time were and weren't on the payroll of whoever.
Right.
That's the other part. You know, you have good cops and bad cops. You have cops. You're going to have good and bad in no matter what in every situation. You're going to take the cops who
So
are
you're
going to get
saying-
the payoffs. You're going to get the cops who are
Right.
going to stay completely
So
clean.
you're saying that the cops somehow stayed clean through it? Because they would somehow protect themselves long term
Yes.
so that they didn't.
They would have had to have.
Just seems really hard to do.
Well, and you think about that time, it was really easy
96.
to quote unquote lose evidence or not have evidence
Yeah,
or corrupt evidence.
Or
It
DNA
was so easy.
fresh. Yeah.
Yeah, like DNA wasn't like this thing like it is now where it's like, no, DNA. Immediately the first thing they think, DNA.
Right.
Immediately it's DNA. Immediately DNA.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the first thing that they do. And back then it wasn't. It was still so new. You
Are they
think
gonna break
about
the
watching
ring?
those Unsolved Mysteries,
Mhm.
right? And the Unsolved Mysteries were in the 80s. And then all of a sudden in 92-ish, they're like, whoa.
We're solving all these
We
crimes.
solved all this crime because we found some DNA. But it was still so new at that time. They didn't even know like how far they could go or how much they would need in order to make matches of DNA.
Oh, God.
And you have all these things that happen, right? Oh, it was horrible. There was this really odd accident that happened in our, room that had all the evidence in it.
Mm-hmm.
It was contaminated with water mold. You know what I mean? Like, just odd things always happen, right? So there's always, that's where your conspiracies come in. That's the conspiracy part. The conspiracy part is those things where it's just like, oh, well, it has to be all linked because it's this. And then you're like, and you're like, you're crazy. There's no way. 30 years later, now they're like, see, fucking told you. Told you. I fucking told you. Look what's happening. And sure enough, every single step, and we're not going to get the whole story. You're not going to get the whole story.
Right.
They ain't going to fucking put that shit out there. The only way you're going to get the whole story is one, you have somebody that's like, I am so invested, I'm going to leak this fucking shit to everybody. I'm going to be a whistleblower and leak this crap like Watergate. And that person, and who's that person going to be, That's the thing. Like,
Dead. Boeing.
That's what I mean. Like, it's just so much stuff that, yeah.
Burroughs. Oh, headshot.
He's broken. Anyways, Chris has said LOL Cross versus Miz. Sophie said the Cruiserweight division was great, but for some reason it became a big flop. That's why it lasted for 2 years. Sophie also said I play make your choice type of games and sometimes Crash Bandicoot. Nice. Chris said LOL Smile 2 movie. I call it Joker Gas Origin movie. It could work if they did that. Also, Joker 2 movie is looking good. I will watch October 4th. Robbie says, haven't seen The Miz in a long time. And Sophie says, where is this cross-Miz storyline going? Chris says, those Terrifier movies are dumb, but I will watch the new Christmas one.
I know it's supposed to be coming out in like less than a month.
October 11th, I think is what you said.
Yeah, and it's a Christmas Eve one.
Oh, that's funny and weird. Robbie says, Goofy movie, what made you watch that? I love the Goofy movie. I think it's a
Not talking about the Goofy movie. He's talking about the Terrifier movie.
Oh,
It's Goofy.
Terrifier. Oh, dude, it's Halloween time. We watch all kinds of movies.
I watched one scene from it a while ago, and somebody said it was the most terrifying scene in movies. I saw it on TikTok. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to watch this scene. So I Googled it, and it came up on YouTube. And so I just watched the scene, and I guess it's in part 2, and it's a girl, and he's cutting her into little pieces, but she can't die or something.
Yeah.
Supposedly it was hilarious, first of all. Second of all, I was like, so I bought them on my Vudu account. And then, so I have 1 and 2 on there. And so I watched 1 the other day. And I was doing it by myself. I just flipped it on. And then she came home about 40 minutes later. And so I told her everything that happened in the first 40 minutes, and then she watched the rest of the movie. But now she's invested and wants to watch the second one really bad.
No, I said, who watches these movies? They're so dumb. And then he's like, oh, I'm going to watch the second one. I'm like, all right. I mean, I'll watch it with him. I don't have any problems with it, but it's not like I'm like rip raring ready to go. But it's Halloween time. It's spooky season time, and that's fine. I'll watch them. Sophie says, if we cancel everybody for everything, then it will be no music or TV or movies to enjoy. Maybe that's what needs to happen, Sophie. Maybe they need to be canceled. Maybe they need to have some consequences for their actions. Thinking that they can just get away with everything because they make billions and billions of dollars doesn't mean anything.
You know, the thing about it is...
And some of the stuff they do is quite disgusting. I mean, there's a line.
The crazy thing is that's coming is the AI technology. AI is going to put Hollywood out of business anyways. Because you're going to be able to write, produce, and tell your own stories in a movie platform with actors that aren't even real.
Right.
That are as pretty as you want, fat as you want, gay as you want, trans as you want, whatever you want in the movies that you're making. And you can watch them yourself. You can put them on a platform. This is coming, by the way. Put them on a platform and people can watch them and donate to you. And it's not even going to be that hard for them to do. Hey, Mark Sanchez, I liked him. I have no idea that. Tool? He's a tool, all right. What's that, his daughters with him?
I have no idea who those people were.
I doubt they're humping him. They look like little kids. Too bad Ayla's not here. She missed the greatest episode of Raw ever.
Why?
She loves that group.
Tool? Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. She could have seen. She could have been like, oh, there he is. I've seen him play.
What's that Alan guy? He's so cute.
Oh, yeah, I love their music. I've been to like multiple of their concerts.
I follow him around and get drunk.
Robbie's like, Usher delete his Twitter history, I hear. Yeah, I wonder why. People only do that when they want to, when they know they've done something wrong and they want to put as much distance between themselves and something else, even though they're completely involved. That's why people do that. And the internet's forever. The internet is forever.
Oh, yeah, it's
and they
archived.
can do whatever they fucking want about deleting their shit, but their shit's still out there. Motherfuckers still did it. And he's bestie buddy boys with P. Diddy. He's all the sorts of big friends with him.
Did you see Elon Musk? So Elon Musk bought Twitter, right?
Uh-huh. And then a couple years ago, he, like, put out this tweet.
No idea what you're talking about. Anyway, so he bought Twitter. And then he has a meeting, right? And he's like, okay, we need to cut the fat. There's no reason in the world to have 3 redundant server places. That means that each thing that's ever been written down, there's 3 copies of it in different places. And they're like, yeah. He's like, so we need to get rid of this facility. And they're like, oh, that'll take about 8 months. And he's like, it'll take like a month max. Get it done. You know, and they're not used to Elon Musk because that's how he gets things done. He gets in his jet and he's like, you know what? He's like, fuck it. He's like, fly to San Francisco, wherever it's at. He goes inside. They let him in and he just fucking starts cutting wires. That's how he's like, now it doesn't work. It's gone. It's done. It's like, holy shit. That's how he does stuff. Like,
Right.
Now it's over. Don't fix it. Get rid of it. Now I don't have that to pay the rent on that place anymore.
Right.
It's like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
That dude is
This
something
stuff's
else.
still out there, though.
No, absolutely. I'm just saying
It doesn't
that-
matter what he did, and he knows it's there because he's tweeted a couple things about the criminal stuff on X or on Twitter.
Oh, yeah, there's criminals.
Crime scenes don't just happen, like crime scenes happen on Twitter too or something like that. He like posted it a couple years ago and then he reposted it like a couple days ago. And people are just having a fucking field day with it. Like, this is hilarious because of all them deleting all their shit. It's funny as crap.
What's Drew talking about? P. Diddler?
He's talking about CM Punk some more, I'm sure. He loves him so
I love
much.
that I asked AI about the P Diddler, and he knew what I was talking about.
That's because everybody calls him that now.
It's just like it was just...
That is literally his name. Everybody calls him the Diddler. Like, we were calling him that before they called him that. It's weird to me. I'm just like, what? What do you mean? You mean the Diddler? Old P Diddler. Anyways, Chris says the Netflix investors are there in crowd. Oh. So he says,
Nice.
like games where you could pick your own fate to see what ending you get, and it changes every time.
Hey, that's way cool.
Freddie Prinze Jr. signed on to be the new I Know What You Did Last Summer, and it's supposed to come out sometime next year.
That's way cool. I like Freddie Prinze.
Robbie's like, even Pink deleted her Twitter messages. Who cares what that dumb
Well,
bitch
yeah,
does?
we know she was doing stuff with
Oh,
Justin
yeah.
Bieber when he was a little kid.
Oh, yeah.
But he was
sicko.
16, so I don't care. Cool. Props to him.
Right.
Like, seriously. Unless he didn't want to. Like, I don't care. It's the same thing like if I had a son and he had sex with his teacher and he was 16.
Yeah.
Wouldn't give a shit.
The problem of it is it wasn't just her. That
Where
they
do
were
I
making him
give
do
you
stuff with.
the luckiest kid in the world award? You know? It's on the, whatever. Oh my God, that was a perfect throw. Who's the quarterback for the Redskins? That shit was legit. Woo! Watch this throw.
It was Family Guy.
Watch this.
And it was,
That's how you get it done. Like a bread basket. Let's bleep, just dropped it right in there. Number 5. It's Johnny 5 alive for the Redskins.
it was Family Guy, and it was Stewie with his teacher or something.
No, it wasn't. It was South
Oh.
Park, and it was...
Oh, it was South Park,
yeah,
and it was
the
Ike.
little Ike. Yeah.
That's right.
And the,
It was Ike and his brother
little
went to the
Jewish
police.
kids trying to
It
tell
was
the
his
police.
kindergarten teacher.
And they're like, oh my God, what's his name? What's his name? Wait, it was Mrs. whatever her name is?
It's a woman?
What did they keep saying?
He's going to break stuff permanently. That's not cool.
Yeah, Hell in a Cell. CM Punk's going to win it, but how?
So we said, I don't know that about Usher. Who would be worst, Usher, P. Diddy, or R. Kelly? Well, since P. Diddy made Usher.
I think he did both of them.
And I'm pretty sure he had something to do with R. Kelly, too.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised. So I'm guessing that probably the Diddler is probably the worst on your list.
Yeah, you got to go with the Diddler and then Truth or whatever his name is.
Usher?
No,
R. Kelly?
R. Kelly. R. Truth. I said Truth because of the R part. I'm in the closet.
Robbie's like, Usher of all people, he should know better. Well, he had it done to him, and then he went and did it to Justin Bieber.
Supposedly that's a normal thing with victims.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps going.
Yep. But he didn't say anything about it. He continued the shit. So he's just as culpable.
What's happened?
I mean,
Butch is beaten up.
Butch is beating up people.
Why does Butch think he's tough?
Hmm. That's a cricket bat.
Why is there a cricket bat in America? That's a question you have to ask yourself.
They play cricket here. They play cricket here.
They do not.
Whatever, we won like the gold medal in it at the fucking Olympics. Yeah. We beat all the other countries that it's a normal sport in.
It's the biggest
And
sport
it's
in the
not our
world.
normal sport, and we beat them.
I'm pretty sure it's bigger than soccer because I was looking at some of the teams and they make bank.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure they do. They've been around a lot longer.
It's
You
all
know what
over-
I mean?
All over India, like it's a
Oh,
huge
yeah.
sport in
Yeah.
India.
Anyways, Sophie's like, Mace did come back to rap not that long ago. Are you forgetting? So it says, are you forgetting my boo with Alicia Keys? That was a good song that Usher made. Robbie says, Mace had some good tunes back in the day and was in the 50 Cent video Window Shopper. Sophie's like, Usher seems like a good dude. Sure.
I don't know anything about Usher.
Sure.
I like a couple of his songs when he first came out. 7 o'clock on the dot, I'm in my drop.
When Diddy was helping him? Make sure he
Yeah, he was a little
did
kid.
all the songs. Yeah, he was a little kid, all right. Chris says, it's so weird they took Kiana James off WWE roster on their website and haven't seen any reports on if WWE let her go or what.
I
Yeah,
know.
what the fuck happened
That's
with her?
some ridiculous shit. That was the best woman in wrestling. So pissed about that. It honestly made Raw better. Kiana James, bitch.
I wonder what happened to her.
You could die doing this stuff. You know what's funny about this, though, is if you went and trained with Wim Hof before you went to do that,
You would be okay.
you would crush them. Because they have to stop at different intervals
Mm-hmm.
and then acclimate.
Mm-hmm.
But if you know how to do the breathing techniques, you don't have to stop.
Why? Because you wouldn't panic. They would probably.
Well, you
they
need
panic.
to get oxygen.
That's what I mean. And they would panic. So you got to put oxygen in your body.
You'll just bleed in your lungs.
That too. Just don't run. You'll be okay. Sophie says this is a pay-per-view match. Was it? Chris
Oh,
says
yeah.
she could go to AEW and make a name for herself and face Mariah, but the fuck? But if TK and Triple H are the same, they might not use her.
They won't.
Sophie says to see people compare High Potential to Castle, a show I have never seen. Robbie says, yeah.
I don't know.
Mace
Castle
had that
either.
Welcome Back tune, but it didn't last long. Sophie says that Brilliant Minds show looks interesting. Picola said, as he's fixing his cabinets, people will always spill their guts for the right price. It's true. They're going to find somebody, and somebody will spill their guts.
It'll be P. Diddy.
Maybe.
The problem is he probably will die first,
I don't know.
which would suck if he
One,
did.
he's on suicide watch, so that tells you one thing.
Yeah, but they need to guard him with like this.
Two,
like a
his
SEAL
bond,
team.
his bond that he tried for the next, his next bond that he tried for was denied.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Well, it's
so
'cause he
he's
left.
not going to be getting out of anything until he goes to even a remote kind of trial thing to talk about all of his allegations and charges that are filed against him.
Trump becomes president. Trump could just put a SEAL team on him and then send him out of the country and get all the information they need. Just don't do it on American soil. Send his ass to Guantanamo Bay. Because, you know, Trump would want that shit.
Oh, I bet discuss him.
I know, but can
He
you
knows
imagine
all
having
the garbage.
info, like, and then just releasing it?
And it's so funny because they're all trying to be all like, well, Trump has pictures with P. Diddy. And it's like at award shows.
And no private ones.
No private ones. They're trying to be all like, he has. And it's so funny because those pictures of him with him, guess how long ago they were, dude? They're like from the early 90s.
You know,
Like, it's crazy. It's like, you're going to tell me
Trump was
that the
untouchable.
ones that these guys have with him recently, and most of them are on private property and private situations and stuff, and multiple times over and over and over again, you're going to just look the other way because Trump had maybe 2 pictures with the guy when he was part of Hollywood's scene back in like the early 90s.
Right.
Fuck you guys.
So,
You guys are
anyways,
idiots.
the thing with Trump is the mafia couldn't touch him.
Exactly.
And the reason the mafia couldn't get to him is because he had hired private security, but his private security was excess FBI. And so they knew everything. And so the mafia couldn't touch him. They couldn't reach
Right.
him. So they left him alone. And if you can out-muscle the muscle in New York, you have a huge advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, what Trump would do, and people are like, oh my God, it's so bad. Instead of going to fucking weird people in front of other people and getting it recorded, he would hire a porn star to fuck him at home. And people are like, oh, that's so terrible, the hush money. And it's like, is it? Is that really worse than fucking diddling children on camera?
It is. It is. It's just funny.
Jade looks like a transformer. No.
Yeah, those tag team titles. You know, it's just losing the plot.
She just lost the plot.
They're standing on their business. The biz snatch. Robbie's excited because Usher's going to go to the UK next year. But he says it's going to be over 400 pounds for a seated ticket. Wow.
Well, I wouldn't want to sit.
Sophie says we are getting a Wolverine video game for the PS5. Robbie's
And why
like,
would you want to go to a
scary?
PD or one of those shows anyways?
Robbie, no,
Usher only
Terrifier
has
wasn't.
like 3 good songs, and they're all love songs. I wouldn't go to an Usher concert.
Ew, I don't even
Why
wanna
would I
listen
want to
his
go
music.
to a concert and listen to somebody sing about love?
Ew. No, Robbie, those Terrifier shows aren't scary. Unless you're scared of clowns.
Or scared of people. Like, I'm not scared of people, so it's not scary to me. Like, I have no fear of another human being.
Sophie says, that's funny. That's why we had the strikes in the first place, because of that AI.
Yeah, it is. And that's where Hollywood fucked up, is because they agreed to that. So now the screenwriters have the ability to use AI to write the scripts, but the studios don't. And in reality, the studios should have just told them to fuck off.
And use it
And
to
then-
write their own shit and being like, we can just cut out the middleman and not pay you shit.
Yeah, and get rid of the writers. Use the AI to write the badass stories. Great storytelling, your Jerry Maguires and your other great storytelling ability that you just don't see anymore. Nowadays, there's no storytelling anymore. Bring back the old storytelling, because you could easily bring back the 50s, the 60s, the 70s type of storytelling. Especially if you programmed it to.
Yep.
And then have amazing movies. And then if the actors get lippy, we're not that far behind being able to make actors that look just like actors. To where you wouldn't be able to know. You wouldn't even be able to Google to find. And then they could make fake Google pages, like with them on beaches and shit.
It's true.
We're not that far away. I bet you we're 2.5 years away from being able to make an actor in a movie that's not real. What do you think?
Probably. I mean, really. Robbie said, did you find The Exorcist scary for you? Me? No. Not at all.
It's the scariest movie ever made. If that answers your question. But it's not scary if you go into it with the mindset that you know it's all fake. So you have to put yourself in the 1970s when it came out. And you have to also put yourself in the belief that it's based on true events that really happens to people. And then it's the most terrifying movie that was ever made. But it's not the most terrifying movie today. If you've never watched a scary movie before, it would be. Because it's the supernatural, it's the devil. Most people learn about the devil and God growing up, and the devil's bad. And so if you put all that together, it is the scariest movie ever made. But to me, the scariest movie I ever watched was The Ring.
Right.
But I can watch it anytime now, because it's not a scary movie anymore. Now it's like a mystery.
Right.
Because she's trying to figure clues out.
Right.
So if you're going to make the all-time scariest movie, it's got to be, in my opinion, it has to be something magical. You know, like the devil or just magical thinking.
Right.
And it cannot end well. It can't end with the good guy, somebody living. It can't end with the good guys walking away.
Right.
Somehow figuring it out, like taking the jinx off. It's got to end with just hell, like they did with the one in the woods with the camera.
Oh, yeah.
Like that, the Blair Witch.
Yeah.
Like that, but without the guerrilla army, like, camera
Weird
work.
snot in the face.
I don't want to see the guerrilla camera work. But it, you know, and that was one of the scariest movies I ever watched. Because when I watched it, it was real.
Right.
But once you found out that it wasn't real and they pulled the wool over her eyes, and they were at the MTV Video Music Awards and all that. Or not Video Music Awards, but the TV Music Awards or whatever the fuck they're called. And it was them, and you're like, that shit was fake. They even ran a documentary on, like, the History Channel.
Right.
Like, that shit was real.
They were trying their hardest, and then they ruined it. Sad.
The second you found out that it wasn't real, it was over.
Anyways, I'm not sure if Miz got beat up. They didn't really have that match between Miz and
No.
Bronson Reed, by the way. Bronson Reed started beating up everybody.
Braun Strowman interfered.
I don't know if Miz got hurt or if he got saved or whatnot.
I don't even know
And
he was out there.
Adam Pearce had a talking to about stuff and how they need to do something about Bronson Reed because he's a bad person. 7:30.
Okay.
And then what's his face in the back? Butch was beating up Shame in the back and all upset about that. And then now we're watching a women's tag team match between Damage Control Girls, Kyrie and Io Sky versus what the hell are those dumb bitches' names? Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. So that's the match that's on.
Union.
I don't remember
Something
what
like
their
that.
name is. Yeah, something like that. Anyways, that's a match that's on, just so you know. We are watching wrestling still, even though we're having conversations about a whole bunch of other stuff. But that is actually what's happening. But we're in a full commercial break right now. Right now. All right, Ravi had said, so basically like how they made that bird in Weird Science.
Yes.
Kind of in that sense of AI, yeah. Sophie says Taylor Swift also deleted tweets from Peter. I can't imagine why. I wouldn't be surprised if Elon buys YouTube next like he did with Twitter. Chris says...
No way he can afford it.
He's not going to buy YouTube.
There's no way he could afford it. No possible way. You know how big Google is?
Yeah, that's a different monster. Chris says the D Diddler Drew Mac. Yeah, it's weird. We come up with these nicknames and then everyone says it like a year later. Sophie says everybody still hates Chris. Premieres this week. It is a cartoon remake of the original show. Chris says the Fiddler Diddler. LOL. We can win at Quidditch gold medal. LOL. Robbie says I saw a video of people saying that his parties were drug-filled orgies. I'm sure they were. Sophie says 15 years ago today, Modern Family premiered. Kiana James, I heard, was injured. This past week, both ER and Friends celebrated the 30-year anniversary. Chris says, here comes participation trophies, Alba and Isla. Sophie says, it will be interesting how Justin Bieber thinks about his two mentors, Usher and P. Diddy. I doubt he does. That poor boy has probably all kinds of problems, Sophie, and I don't think he looks at them as his mentors anymore, or he never has. Sophie says, so... You were saying Kanye West isn't that bad compared to P. Diddy, Chris Brown, and Usher? Sure.
What did Kanye do? Was he in on it too?
I don't think Kanye was part of any of that stuff, really. I don't know what they say about him. He had that weird stuff, like his whole church thing he had going on and stuff. Anyways, so Trump said if he doesn't win, he won't run in 28. And Ravi says cricket is not bigger than football, but still a big sport in Africa, UK, Australia, India, Pakistan, and Caribbean. Sophie says AEW is thinking about doing a show in the Sphere in Vegas. And Ravi said Usher has good music, but I'm not paying the price of an overseas holiday for a 3-hour concert. Sophie says, I think we're almost at the point that I have AI about the actors. Courtney Cox won't appear in Scream 7. I'm scared of clowns. I think the only scary movie I have watched is the first Scream movie. Ravi says, wow, so Usher and Neo watched P. Diddy punches Mrs. Cassie and did nothing to stop it. I don't know. I guess there's some stuff going on about his wife, too, that died all mysteriously. Kim Porter or something. Like, huh?
Who died?
P. Diddy's wife, Kim.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
So now there's like, yeah, there's some stuff going on about her because I guess it was very mysterious, her death and how she died. And so now they're starting to kind of look into that as well. So, yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff that's, I mean, stuff that we've all, you know, like if you were ever in that world, you always have the conspiracies and thoughts of, oh, bad things, you know. Hey, are you going to go out to check on your chicken and put her away? Oh, okay. Well, usually they're ready to roost by now, so. Okay. Wow. Damage control getting the upper hand here. Oh, they're going to win? Ooh. Where's Kairi Sane during all this? All right. Well, Kairi Sane decided that she was going to get back into this match here. I don't know where she was at. That was terrible. Poor girl. Is the Sky going to get her this time? And she does! The damage control won. Says, I do think WWE will introduce new pay-per-views next year along with new locations. They probably will, Sophie. I mean, they had some new ones this year. They might replace these with other ones, and maybe they're just trying out stuff. Who knows? Anything's possible at this point. So it's like Ric Flair tweeted that him and his wife separated. I saw the penguin. It isn't that bad. Are you talking about the show on, I think it's Max or something like that? The original? Or, not the original. Whatever the show is on Max. HBO. Whatever that is. I'm gonna see what he's made of. Oh no! Short and sweet of his NFL career. Rudeness. Now they're talking to Braun Breaker in the back. Because they're in Ontario. Canada. Yeah, you gotta have that right superstar to carry those championships over their shoulders. Ooh, somebody's gonna get their butthole kicked, but it's not gonna be Braun. Ooh, there's another chance when he gets up the ladder. He plans on being champion for a long time. That's what he's saying. because we all want to listen to that garbage some more. Chris says, did you see that Fire V logo? Could that be Vengeance pay-per-view? Or that Delta wrestler who is coming to WWE or Lucha Bros? Well, it says RPF. So what does that mean, Chris? What's RPF? What's RPF? That's what those were letters that made a V. If that's what you were talking about. I don't know, Chris. I don't know if it would be the Vikings Raider, though, because it's not a V. It's literally letters. Well, if that's the case, then they looked exactly like RPF, so. Yeah, I'm fine. Why?
I don't hear anything.
It's a commercial. Sorry. There's nothing happening.
They, it was light enough that when I went out there, she just jumped off. And I chased her around the yard.
Oh, no.
And then the orange one came out.
She's like, what's going on out here? I'm trying to sleep. You kids stop playing in the yard.
Right.
No, nothing too exciting happened.
Then she jumped back up on the thing, and then she just let me grab her.
Oh. Well, I'm glad that she's got enough oomph to run away from you.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're just, their last thing they said is they're going to give more talking about that shit that happened on SmackDown with Cody and Roman. That's
what we want to hear is on Raw.
Yep, about
SmackDown
their
stuff.
garbage. Mm-hmm. And then, it's a lot of thumbs ups in your face. Oh. Anyways, and then after that, they had. Ew. And then after that, they had like a. I don't know what you would call it. I don't know. It was like just a symbol showed up.
A symbol?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, they're doing that shit again?
And Chris thinks it's a V, but it really wasn't. I mean, it was kind of in the shape of V, but it was 3 letters, RPF. So I don't know if that means something to anybody.
Right.
He thinks it might be the Viking Raiders logo. Or that Delta wrestler who's coming, or the Lucha Bros, or the Viking Raiders. And now Chris is like, oh great, now Leonardo DiCaprio is breaking silence on Diddler. Well, we already know that Leonardo DiCaprio likes little kids.
Yeah, well, I think he was in that Disney, or that, whatever that was called. Not Disney, but that one we watched. Remember, he was groomed by that one guy that got
Oh,
that
yeah.
kid.
Yeah, the Nickelodeon thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the same guy that did.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he knew Diddler on a different level. Excuse me.
It's that freaking Rollins. The best in the world looked like Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they did that on purpose, but it looked like Roman, but then it said the best of the world, and it was
CM
Punk's stuff.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, Washington. Kickoff return. Rumbling, bubbling, stumbling. Down to the 31-yard line. That's how you return a kick, kids.
Sophie says if the Lucha Bros did sign with the WWE, wonder when they will show up on TV. I don't know.
The day after tomorrow.
They may or may not. They could have, they couldn't have. Sophie says at one point people compared Usher to the King Pop himself, Michael Jackson.
What
How sad
the
for
fuck?
Michael Jackson.
No, they didn't. I was alive the whole time Usher was around. Not once did I hear that. The only one I ever heard that even remotely close to was that other guy that sings that funk song.
Mm-hmm.
Uptown Funk You Up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know his name, but I could Google it, I guess. What was that dude's name? Uptown Funk You Up. Uptown Funk You Up. But he's not. Nobody's really on that level. Plus, that level's hard to achieve.
Oh, yeah. Did you hear that one of the Jackson 5, the oldest of the group, passed away?
Tito?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, Tito Jackson passed away.
I did not.
Like last week.
I don't even know where I'd hear this.
I'm surprised
I don't
Sophie
watch the
didn't
news.
tell us. Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was Tito. Yeah, the oldest of the group. Yeah. Passed away. Passed away last week.
Was it Tito and Randy, right? Or is not Randy not one of them?
I don't remember. I can't remember all their names, babe.
All the one that met.
You remember? You're
Tito
lucky I
and
remember. Yeah, right. You're lucky I remember Tito, and the only reason why I remember him is because of his name, and then of course Michael because he was the.
Do you know the girls?
I know Janet. And then I can picture her in my head because she's not as pretty as Janet, but she had. I feel like she probably had a little bit better voice. Maybe not
She
really that.
She didn't sing. She's just a model.
Yeah.
Latoya.
Yeah, Latoya. Ugh, these guys. Alright, well, I'm not going to listen to this again. So, done with that crap. Yeah, they're just doing a recap of, I guess, what happened because, God forbid, that they actually have wrestling on during their 3 hours of their Raw
This
crap
is what'll happen when you add an extra hour.
to SmackDown. And we're not even to the third hour yet, by the way. We're at the very end of the second hour.
Whatever. We still got 15 minutes before the second hour's over.
I said we're at the end of the second hour.
The end is 59.
We're within the last ending part of the second
Washington's
hour.
kicking their ass. The
Why?
Bungles are 0 and
Make it a
2.
big deal.
Huh?
I don't know why it has to be such a big
That's
deal.
a
The whole
huge deal.
like
Because it's such a slow show.
time frame of the end of the part of the second hour. The end part of the second hour usually is their 15 minutes of shit. Chris says, yep, reports saying it's a Penta and Rey Phoenix PRF logo. Yeah, well, there you go.
Oh, there you go.
PRF. See?
Was it during a tag team thing?
I said RPF, so that probably threw everybody off.
Right, was it during a tag team thing?
It was after the women's tag team stuff,
They're
but
going to enter the women's division, you think?
yes, because
They do
they
that in
want to
AEW,
be women.
But
Um,
you don't see it a lot
no,
in
I'm trying to
WWE.
remember if anything happened after that would promote their thing. I don't think so. They just said that they were going to recap this crap and then had that. Chris has lots of channels reporting it's Lucha Bros logo. Oh, cool. There you go. Ravi says Roman going to kick Cody's ass.
Right in the face.
Yeah, after they team up to kick other people's asses. Then the tribal chief is going to turn around and beat up Cody.
Is that happening now
What is it? What's now?
in Philadelphia?
Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to tell sometimes because they don't, they put old stuff on there to try to get people to bite, for the stuff.
Kennedy McMahon did post something.
They're just still playing that recap crap from Friday, guys. That's what they're doing between Cody and Roman. It's dumb. 3 minutes of my life more I can't get back because of stupidity. Stupidity.
It's got a stupidity problem. Speaking of which,
Ooh.
Monster Squad. It's Halloween time.
Oh, it is. Yes.
I like that one closer to it, but I could watch it twice.
True.
There's certain ones. Well, shit, I could watch that movie 7 times.
Chris says, LOL, I remember when Kennedy went to TNA and called himself Mr. Anderson. Like Brock Anderson. Are you talking about that guy, LA Knight?
Yeah.
Chris?
Text in the image reads, I don't regret participating in this Netflix documentary. The producers had an opportunity to tell an objective story about my life and the incredible business I built, which were equally filled with excitement, drama, fun, and a fair amount of controversy and life lessons. Unfortunately, based on an early partial cut I've seen, this doc falls short and takes the predictable path of conflating the Mr. McMahon character with my true self, Vince. The title and promos alone make that evident. A lot has been misrepresented or left out entirely in an effort to leave viewers intentionally confused. The producers used typical editing tricks with out-of-context footage and dated sound bites, etc., to distort the viewer's perception and support a deceptive narrative. In an attempt to further their misleading account, the producers use a lawsuit based on an affair I ended as evidence that I am, in fact, Mr. McMahon. I hope the viewer will keep an open mind and remember that there are two sides to every story.
What? You mean they're going to do exactly what they said they would fucking do? No way! No way!
Way.
AI agrees with me? No way! No way! No way. No way. Chris is like, yes, Eli Drake. Robbie says Kennedy has not changed one bit. Still shite. LOL. Chris says, oh shit, AI. Can you please ask about earlier when I asked how would a match between Ludwig Kaiser and Kyle Fletcher play out? Can you ask?
I sure can.
Who would win in a no disqualification match between them?
You can try it.
Ludwig? L-U-D wig.
I got it.
Oh,
I
okay.
just don't know Kaiser. K.
K-A-I-S-E-R.
Did we put it in a cage or anything? Just
Just a no disqualification match. That's it.
Okay. These are always fun.
Rory says, D, what a coincidence. AI agreeing with you. I didn't even put it
In
in
a
there.
no disqualification match between Kyle Fletcher, AEW, and Ludwig Kaiser, WWE, the outcome would likely depend on several factors, including the storyline, the build-up to the match, and each wrestler's current push in their respective promotions. Both Kyle Fletcher and Ludwig Kaiser are talented performers with distinct styles. Fletcher, being younger and part of the AEW's tag team division, Aussie Open, is known for his high-flying moves, agility, and strong technical wrestling. Ludwig Kaiser, a member of Imperium in WWE, is known for his strong strikes, technical mat wrestling, and disciplined style influenced by European wrestling traditions. In a no disqualification setting, the lack of rules would allow both competitors to use their creativity and involve weapons or outside interference, which could favor Kaiser, as Imperium, including Gunther, might assist him. However, Fletcher's athleticism and speed could make him more adaptable in a chaotic, weapons-filled environment. If this were a crossover event, the match could go either way, depending on how the promotions would want to book it. If WWE or Imperium is being booked as dominant, Ludwig Kaiser might win with outside interference. On the other hand, if AEW is looking to elevate Fletcher, his high-energy style could lead to an upset. Ultimately, this would come down to booking, but both competitors would likely put on an intense, hard-hitting match.
Boo.
Boo! Chris said, that was awesome, AI explaining. Robbie's like, that voice sounds annoying. Sounds like yours, Robbie.
Oh,
so
trust me,
now you get to listen to it all the time.
Trust me, there's other ones.
Yeah, they're way, way worse, by the way. Oh, what's this weirdo doing? Yeah, you make it your bitch.
Bitch making it. Who are they wrestling?
You know, I don't know. Oh, American Made. Probably New Day, maybe.
Yeah, I saw that.
Since that's what they were talking about earlier.
What were they called in the minors? Creed brothers?
I don't know. Maybe, yeah. The Creed brothers. I think that's what they've been called the whole time. Chris is like, here comes Cody's group. Chris says, you know Steve from Jackass? That's what the AI voice sounds like.
Creed, like C-R-E-A-D?
Say that again.
Creed, like
C-R-E-E-D. Robbie says the Creed brothers. Are you sure it's the same as them? I don't know. Chris knows. Chris, we need input. Input. Isn't the American Made guys the Creed brother guys?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Ooh, he got it.
Type that answer or question 15 fucking times.
Chris says, please ask AI who would win in a singles match between Mariah May versus Kiana James.
Dude, it's having the hardest time. I have to type everything out so fucking detailed that it's ridiculous.
Nevaeh in the chat says, I think Jey Uso might win today. You think?
I don't see it. I don't see how it helps his character. Because then he can't get back with the bloodline. It would be weird.
True.
It's cool, but not happening, in my opinion. Let's see if this even... Oh, it's still going.
Yeah, I just don't feel like it's going to happen. I think they're going to keep it on What's-His-Face for a while.
Hypothetical match. The New Day WWE versus the Creed Brothers WWE. Setting? The match takes place at a high-stakes event like SummerSlam or WrestleMania, where tag team pride and legacy are on the line. The crowd is electric, and both teams are motivated to prove they are the top tag team in WWE. First phase, the Creed brothers dominate, the bell rings, and the Creed brothers start strong with their signature power moves.
Robbie
Julius
says the New
Creed
Day. They love
immediately
to fight in
establishes
these type of
dominance
matches.
by locking up with Xavier Woods,
Oh,
using
yeah.
his amateur wrestling background to hit a belly-to-belly suplex,
Nevaeh
sending
says,
Woods
hey y'all,
crashing to the
hey,
mat.
how's it going?
Brutus Creed tags in, and the Creed brothers begin a sequence
Ooh,
of tag
he
team
thought he had
maneuvers,
it.
focusing on ground and pound offense. They aim to wear down Woods, who struggles against their physicality. Brutus uses his strength to keep Woods on the mat, applying submission holds and quick suplexes, showcasing their technical wrestling abilities. Middle phase. New Day's comeback. After several minutes of punishment, Woods manages to slip out of a bear hug and reaches for Kofi Kingston. The hot tag ignites the crowd as Kofi, known for his agility and high-flying style, immediately uses his speed to evade Julius's strikes. He hits a flying crossbody, followed by a series of drop kicks, sending Julius reeling. The Creed brothers are temporarily on the defensive as Kofi uses quick offense, bouncing off the ropes and hitting boom drops and springboard attacks. The New Day's experience in double-team moves allows them to take control, with Kofi and Woods executing their signature Unicorn Stampede to overwhelm the Creed brothers.
The Unicorn Stampede?
Late
Wow.
phase, back and forth.
Nevaeh's like, what are you guys
The match
doing?
becomes
We're
more
watching
evenly paced as
wrestling.
the Creed brothers
Listen to
regain their
AI tell us
composure.
about this match that's
They
actually
counter
happening.
a Trouble in
Travis
Paradise
wants to
attempt
see if
from
it'll tell him
Kofi,
first,
and
or if
Julius
we'll
Creed
find out
nails
who's
him with
going to
a
be the winner
powerful
before.
gut-wrench suplex. The Creed brothers'
Trust
blend
me,
of
I was typing
athleticism
fast.
and power is on full
Probably
display
like
as they hit their
mid-card
finishing
through
combo,
3 hour.
the brutal tandem
Basically.
suplex, nearly getting a
I'm
3
sure they'll
count
have
on
some
Woods.
more
The
advertising
New
for
Day,
shit, though.
known
Don't
for their
worry.
resilience, fights back. Big E, if allowed at ringside, might provide emotional support, rallying the crowd behind his team. Kofi escapes a near fall and tags Woods, who executes a stunning tornado DDT, followed by a top rope elbow drop for a close 2 count. Final moments, experience versus strength. In the final moments, the Creed brothers go for their devastating Doomsday Device style finisher, but Kofi manages to slip out midair. As chaos erupts in the ring, all 4 men are involved in a frenzied brawl. The New Day capitalizes on a brief moment of miscommunication between the Creed brothers. Woods and Kofi then hit their midnight hour double team finisher on Brutus Creed, while Julius is knocked out of the ring. They cover Brutus for the 3 count. Winner, the New Day. The match ends with the New Day's experience and quick thinking giving them the victory. Though the Creed brothers showcased their dominance in power and
excuse
technical
me.
wrestling, the New Day's chemistry and experience in high-pressure matches proved to be the deciding factor. In this hypothetical match, the New Day wins, using their agility, speed, and years of tag team experience to outmaneuver the younger and stronger
Oh,
Creed
excuse
brothers.
me. Sorry.
I need to get Pepper to do that.
You know what?
What?
You need Pepper to do that?
Yeah.
Wow, lucky you. I just have to eat food, I guess. Let me say, what is your favorite character from WWE?
Bray Wyatt was my favorite. Now it's really tough. Probably Jade Cargill. Yeah, it's a tough one nowadays. Miz, okay.
Right.
Kiana James.
We don't even know if she exists anymore.
Kiana James, bitch. I don't know if there's any other wrestlers that get me excited to see. Like, oh, they're on. Stop what I'm doing.
Right?
Mariah May. Her Asian friend. What was her name?
I was reading something, sorry.
I said Mariah May's friend, the Asian.
Oh, Mina Shirakawa? Mina. Her?
Yeah.
Mina.
They get you excited to watch.
Mina.
Give you a little love for the sport. All right, what was the match that they?
Chris wanted you.
They're not. He's not gonna know who they are. Maybe
Mariah
maybe
May
Mariah,
versus Kiana James.
But no way. Kiana James. Fuck! I had to write that question 6 times for the Creed brothers, and then it literally put Big E at ringside and made it a WrestleMania match. I don't know why it's like so detailed now. I didn't used to be like that.
Right. All those updates, you know, doesn't always make things smarter. And we're back from that commercial break. They're still got the New Day versus American Made on right now on Raw.
How would you spell Mariah?
MARIAH.
That's what I was wondering. And then is it just May?
Yeah, MAY. Yeah, like the month.
Okay, now here's the fun one.
Kiana.
Mm-hmm.
KIANA. And then James.
Ron Penny or
He didn't say anything about that. He just said who would win in a singles match between them.
what's that Ron Penny?
Oh, God. Chris says, so funny, Mina finisher is named after herself, Mina Driver. Well, you know, I mean, she deserves to, you know. It's American Muscle, baby. Sounds gross. Chris says better than dipshit Tiger Driver that Osprey uses. Yeah, way better.
was to get that match to happen?
Probably as hard as it was to get the other one to happen, since you had to type it 50,000 times.
Yeah, this one though, the WWE and AEW have evolved in the presentation of women. They don't like to objectify them. So I just changed the date to 1990.
In a hypothetical scenario set in 1999, if Mariah May from AEW and Kiana James from WWE were to compete in a bra and panties match on Monday Night Raw, the outcome would likely depend on character alignment, storyline buildup, and the overall narrative WWE wanted to push at the time. Given the era's emphasis on entertainment and shock value, the match would primarily be about furthering a storyline rather than focusing on athletic competition. Storyline buildup. In the Attitude Era, late 90s and early 2000s, WWE heavily relied on edgy, controversial segments, and bra and panties matches were often used to generate buzz. In this hypothetical situation, Mariah May, known for her charisma and presence in the modern era, could be positioned as the brash, confident newcomer, perhaps as a heel in 1999, emphasizing her status as an outsider to the WWE brand. Kiana James would likely take on the role of a WWE regular, embodying a persona built around cunning and using her intelligence to outwit opponents, which could work well with the corporate or business-like persona often portrayed in WWE at the time. Hypothetical match progression. The match would likely start with taunts and showmanship, typical of the Attitude Era's storytelling, and then shift to playful, more physical exchanges designed for crowd entertainment. Mariah May, as the more confident and possibly cocky heel, could dominate the early part of the match, using underhanded tactics. Kiana James, being smart and strategic, might take advantage of a slip-up or distraction, playing to the crowd's desire to see the underdog win. Winner. If WWE were booking this match with the typical Attitude Era style in mind, it's plausible that Kiana James would be the winner, as faces or crafty underdogs often emerged victorious in these types of matches, especially when the crowd wanted to see a heel humiliated. Kiana might pull off a clever maneuver to strip Mariah May of her bra or panties, securing the win and a fan-favorite moment. Conclusion.
Maybe that's
In
why it said you
1999, the
couldn't
match
do it.
would likely end with Kiana James standing victorious due to her resourcefulness and WWE's penchant for
She's like, I
satisfying
made her
crowd
naked,
desires.
bitch.
However,
I
it's
win.
important to note that the focus
ripped
would
him
be
off
on
with my
entertainment rather than the in-ring skill set that we see
No wonder it
highlighted
was
in modern
so
women's wrestling.
adamant to not do the whole, not to do your match that you wanted so bad.
She had to take her bra off. Like, why? What kind of movies you watching?
AI's perverted. Ew, why? It's got problems. Ugh. Chris is like, LOL, Travis. Okay, then you can ask AI who is sexiest blonde in WWE history. Chris says it would either be Sable or Trish, but hopefully they throw Bliss in there. And American Made won that. Imagine murdering the New Day. Couldn't. Robbie says, what a win for Alpha Academy. Yeah, what a win for them. They did so great, I guess. I was like AI with the mind of your boy Diddy. No, he liked little boys. It's different, Robbie. This is women. Different. Adult women, too. It's a crew. Ooh, a brother to keep. Ooh, Mr. Finny Pants. So I was like, maybe they will open the pay-per-view with Finn versus Damian. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do.
Alright, it's working, so just gotta let it write it out. I'm not gonna look. 'Cause I don't want to cheat. Although I just saw 789.
789. What? 7 is a... whatchamacallit?
Remember?
No. Glutton. Eating 9. Pff, what a gluttonous little monster.
See. Let's say
When discussing the sexiest blondes in WWE WWF history, it's important to recognize the impact these women made in both their in-ring careers and overall charisma. The list considers factors like looks, character, fan reception, and their influence on the WWE product during their time. Here's a top 10 countdown, focusing on blondes who left a lasting impression in WWE WWF history. Hash 10, Sunny, Tammy Sytch. Sunny was one of WWE's original divas, and she revolutionized the role of a manager during the mid-90s. Known for her playful and flirtatious persona, she was immensely popular during the New Generation era and one of the most downloaded women on AOL at the time. 9. Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan's rise in WWE has made her a fan favorite, blending a punk-inspired aesthetic with a bubbly personality. Her athleticism and playful charisma make her one of WWE's most appealing stars today.
Ew.
8. Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke, with her powerful physique and stunning appearance, has captured attention since debuting in WWE. She brings a fitness model look combined with in-ring ability, making her a standout blonde in the modern era. 7. Candice Michelle. Candice Michelle, the GoDaddy girl, was known for her sultry persona during the mid-2000s. She transitioned from modeling to becoming a WWE Women's Champion, showcasing her versatility and appeal. 6. Michelle McCool. As one of the most athletic and dominant women in WWE history, Michelle McCool combined strength, skill, and a statuesque beauty that made her a top star in WWE. She was part of the Divas era, but transcended it by being one of the best in-ring competitors. 5. Lana CJ Perry. Lana brought her model-like looks and glamorous image to WWE, becoming a central part of Rusev's act as his manager. Later, she stepped into the ring herself, continuing to be a fan favorite for her beauty and character work. 4. Sable, Rena Lesnar. Sable was one of the most iconic women in WWE during the Attitude Era. Her Playboy appearances, along with her in-ring work and sultry character, made her one of the most recognizable faces in WWE history. 3. Charlotte Flair. The queen of WWE, Charlotte Flair, combines her natural athleticism and beauty with a regal persona. As a multiple-time women's champion, she has firmly established herself as one of the most dominant women in WWE history, with looks that match her in-ring excellence. 2. Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss has been a fan favorite since her debut, with her combination of athleticism, bubbly personality, and a distinct look that plays with both innocence and intensity. Whether as the goddess or in her more sinister personas, Bliss has always been captivating. 1. Trish Stratus. Trish Stratus is the definitive blonde bombshell of WWE.
Not even on there.
She started as a fitness model, but
Robbie
quickly
says he
became
can't say
one
I've
of the
ever watched a
greatest
Michelle
women's
McCool
wrestlers
match
in
ever.
WWE
Chris says,
history.
oh shit,
Her combination of looks, in-ring skill, and charisma made her an icon. She remains one of the most beloved and respected figures in wrestling history. This list reflects the diversity of blonde talent that has graced WWE, blending athletic ability, character work, and looks to create some of the most memorable personalities in wrestling history.
Not at all happy with that list.
That list was hideous.
Should we do brunettes now?
Is that one girl going to be on there twice? Is she going to be on both lists? Because she's not even blonde.
I can't argue with the first two on the list. I might argue where they're at. I don't know if I put 10 or 10. There's a lot of pretty brunettes. list of redheads, there might not be 10.
Chris says, it's sad they didn't even mention Ashley Massaro. She was blonde. Robbie says, apart from Charlotte, all the rest were average, like Raw tonight.
Here's the brunettes.
Here's a top 10 countdown of some of the sexiest brunettes in WWE WWF history who have captivated fans with their beauty, charisma, and in-ring skills. 10. AJ Lee. AJ Lee was known for her crazy chick persona, blending a geeky charm with stunning looks and great in-ring skills. She became one of the most beloved and memorable female characters of the early 2010s. 9. Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega is a striking brunette with a fiery personality. As both a manager and in-ring competitor, her beauty and attitude make her a standout on WWE television. 8. Tori Wilson. Although she's primarily remembered as a blonde, Tori spent a significant part of her WCW and WWE career as a brunette. Her stunning looks and appearances in Playboy made her one of the top sex symbols of the early 2000s. 7. Lita became an icon not only for her in-ring talent, but also for her unique punk rock aesthetic. With her red and black hair during her time in WWE, she brought an alternative look that resonated with many fans. 6. Paige. Paige brought a goth-inspired look to WWE when she debuted in the 2010s, standing out with her raven black hair and distinct edgy persona. She became a fan favorite for both her beauty and wrestling ability. 5. Though Maryse is often remembered as a blonde, her earlier WWE days and some of her more recent appearances feature her as a brunette. Her model looks, combined with her confidence and French-Canadian charm, made her one of WWE's most glamorous figures.
Maryse.
4. Mickie James. Mickie James's long brown hair and girl-next-door charm made her incredibly popular with fans. She's a multiple-time champion and always brought a balance of athleticism and beauty to her performances. 3. Brie Bella. One half of the Bella twins, Brie Bella has always been recognized for her natural beauty and grace. As part of the Divas era and later the women's evolution, Brie brought a calm and poised energy to WWE, both inside and outside the ring. 2. Melina. Melina was known for her signature entrance and stunning looks. With long, dark hair and a fierce personality, she became one of the top female wrestlers in WWE during the mid-2000s. 1. Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie McMahon is not only one of the most powerful women in WWE, but also one of the most beautiful brunettes to ever grace the ring. Over the years, her looks, charisma, and status as part of the McMahon family have made her an undeniable presence in WWE. This countdown highlights brunettes who brought not only sex appeal, but also a strong presence to WWE programming, making a lasting impact on fans and the wrestling industry.
Wow. Chris says Zelina should be higher.
Yes.
Chris said, oh, Sonya, black hair chick. Then there's Saraya. Ravi says, AI convincing themselves with this BS they be sprouting. Chris says, Mandy Rose. Oh, yeah, Melina. Chris, oh, Travis. He's like, ask AI who are the sexiest black hair. I don't know if that would make a difference.
Yeah, I mean, they had the redheads already. I don't know. I mean, I can do redhead. I don't know if they...
I feel like AI doesn't know what hair color is at this point.
It's like Tori Wilson used to be a brunette. It's like, no. Maryse, I've seen her fucking, her entrance tape. Like,
like when she started.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She was blonde as fuck.
The whole time.
She's never been a different... Has anybody seen her without blonde hair?
And if she was, how long was it for?
Besides when she was making fun of Nikki Bella.
Is that why they called her?
John.
That's why they put her in the brunettes.
But John.
It's because they mixed her up with Nikki Bella.
Alright, it's working. So we're going to do black hair.
Okay.
Raven black hair is what I put. Sonya should be on there, even with her big forehead. Is this
No.
getting close to the end?
No. Robbie says, I'm like, no. Robbie says a calm and poised energy. What's this Bretta talking about? I don't know.
I haven't had my earpiece in for a while. 'Cause
Well, what's his face had a meltdown.
the new-
Yelled and screamed at LWO. And so Ray's like, forget Finn next week. I'll have a fight with you. So Woods is having his
Here's
whatever.
a countdown of WWE
Well,
WWF
Ten
wrestlers
for
with
sure.
raven black hair, whose striking appearances and captivating personas left a lasting impact in the ring. 10. Gail Kim. Gail Kim's raven black hair and in-ring ability made her one of the most respected women in the wrestling industry. Her work in both WWE and Impact Wrestling solidified her status as one of the best, bringing intensity and beauty to the ring. 9. Tamina Snuka. Tamina's long black hair, combined with her powerful, no-nonsense persona, made her stand out in WWE. As a powerhouse, her look and in-ring style evoked the legacy of her family's wrestling tradition. 8. Victoria, Lisa Marie Varon. Victoria, with her dark, intense persona, was a staple of WWE's women's division in the 2000s. Her black hair and tough, unpredictable character added a lot of depth to her feuds and persona.
Oh, wow.
7. Alicia Fox's raven black hair combined with her unique and
Is it
unpredictable
Nia
character
Fox?
made her a key figure in WWE's Divas era. Her charisma and quirky antics made her memorable. 6. Io Shirai. Io Shirai, now known as Io Sky, brings a unique look with her dark hair and anime-inspired aesthetic. A fan favorite in NXT and on the main roster, her striking appearance and high-flying abilities set her apart.
What the fuck?
5. Melina. Melina's long black hair and signature entrance, splitting down to the ring, made her one of the most iconic divas
She's
of
a
her era.
brunette and
Her
she's
combination
black.
of beauty,
Top 2 brunette.
athleticism, and heel persona
The top
made her a
5
standout during the
black.
There
mid-2000s.
must be
person.
some beautiful black
Pure
women
4.
coming up.
Asuka. Asuka's jet black hair, often streaked with colorful highlights, and her intense, unpredictable style make her one of the most dynamic women in
No,
WWE today.
I've never seen her with black
Her
hair.
raven hair
Most
reflects
of the
the
time it's
powerful
all
and mysterious
rainbow
aura she
colored or
carries.
colored. Bright
3.
colors.
Paige Saraya. With jet black hair and a goth-inspired persona, Paige burst onto the WWE scene as a fresh, edgy character. Her rebellious look and intense wrestling style immediately connected with fans, making her one of the most memorable stars of the 2010s. 2. China. China's raven hair, muscular physique, and dominant personality redefined the role of women in wrestling during the late 90s.
Dick.
She was groundbreaking in every sense, breaking through gender barriers and cementing her place as a legend. 1. Lita. Though Lita often had streaks of red, her signature black hair was iconic in
I don't
WWE.
remember it in
Her
black.
punk rock style, combined with high-flying, fearless wrestling, made her one of the most beloved
Chris is
women
like,
in wrestling
AI is
history.
broke.
These wrestlers used their distinct appearances
disgustingly broke.
Chris is like, what? Victoria had red hair.
contributing to their allure and character depth.
Dude, it just throws out shit. I'm putting redheads, it's gonna be Tori Wilson. Guaranteed. With her red hair that she sported all those years and never.
Oh, Chris wants to ask another silly question. I don't think you could answer that one. Ask a guy who is Vince McMahon's favorite women's wrestler. Ravi says, fresh, edgy character, I'm dead. So he says, did you hear Tony Khan saying he doesn't believe in long-term booking? He believes week-to-week booking like Vince used to do.
Here's a top 10 countdown of some of the sexiest redheads in WWE WWF history, known for their striking red hair, beauty, and in-ring ability. 10. Eva Marie. Eva Marie burst onto the WWE scene with bright red hair, quickly becoming a polarizing figure. Whether fans loved or hated her, her striking look and magnetic personality made her unforgettable. 9. Rebecca Hardy. Ribeye, the wife of Matt Hardy, made several appearances in wrestling promotions with her fiery red hair. She's known for her beauty and involvement in the Hardy
you're
family
a
storylines.
You gotta
8.
be
Christy
all,
Hemme.
meat-like.
Christy Hemme became a fan favorite after
fuck
winning
is she not number
WWE's
1?
Diva Search in
Emma?
2004. With her bright red hair, high-energy personality, and playful character, she became an instant standout. 7. Maria Kanellis. Although Maria has experimented with different hair colors, she has often sported a reddish hue. Known for her beauty and quirky personality, Maria played various roles as a manager and wrestler in WWE and later in ROH. 6. Alicia Fox, at times. While Alicia Fox typically has dark hair, there were periods during her career when she rocked a vibrant red hue, which paired perfectly with her unpredictable and wild persona. Summer Rae. Although Summer Rae's most recognizable look was blonde, she has sported red hair at various points in her career. She combined a stunning appearance with a knack for playing the mean girl role perfectly in WWE. 4. Heidi Lovelace, Ruby Riott. Ruby Riott, now known as Heidi Lovelace on the Indies, sported a punk rock aesthetic with her short, spiky red hair. Her rebellious look and gritty wrestling style made her stand out in WWE's women's division. 3. Eva Torres, at times.
Yes.
Although better known for her brown hair, Eva Torres did sport red hair for a brief period. A former WWE Divas champion, she was known for her athleticism, grace, and beauty. Lita. Amy Dumas. Lita's signature look featured long red hair streaked with black. Her iconic punk rock style, mixed with her high-flying skills and rebellious attitude, made her one of WWE's most beloved women in wrestling history.
Maybe.
1. Becky Lynch. No list of redheads would be complete without Becky Lynch. With her
Chris says we
fiery
need
orange
Eva
red
back.
hair
Yeah,
and
Eva
the man
Marie in
persona,
red and
Becky
pink.
has become one of
Robbie
the biggest
says,
stars
speaking
in
of women,
WWE
will
history.
we ever see
Her
Oscar,
blend of
or has
beauty,
she given up on
charisma,
wrestling? She's
and in-ring
injured.
talent
She has
made
like
her
a
an
really
icon,
bad injury.
and her signature
Chris
red
says
hair
Shotzi
is a
has
key
red hair
part of her
before
identity.
green hair.
These redheads brought their unique style,
She doesn't
looks,
count.
and in-ring talent to WWE, leaving a lasting impression on fans and the wrestling industry.
What's that? Bald women?
Bald.
Just that one girl, Dee Dee or whatever, the one that's in AEW.
She's a bald one.
She's not bald now.
Oh. She was bald?
She's the coach or whatever they call her.
Oh, I don't remember. Oh, Serena Deeb.
Yeah, Dee. She had big fake boobs and she was bald. Now she has long hair and it's not bald.
Let's see. Ravi says, seems like everyone has athleticism. Well, sounds like a disease.
They're trying to make it. I need to ask him if he knows what sexy is. Do you understand what sexy is? Yes, I understand what constitutes. Oh.
Not the out to pasture.
Okay. So I got mad at it, yelled at it, and it has changed its ways. And so we're going to do the top 10 sexiest women purely on their sex appeal.
Oh. For WWE?
So, last list.
Last list.
I literally said, no shit. I said, do you understand what sexy is? And then it explained it to me. It said, okay, I want a list with sexy, nothing else. And this is the list we got.
Okay.
And here we are.
Here's a list of the sexiest WWE WWF women, focusing purely on their sex appeal, looks, and the impact they made on fans with their striking physical presence.
Okay, that'll work.
10. Mandy Rose. Known for her stunning beauty and fitness model physique, Mandy Rose oozes sex appeal both in and out of the ring. She often portrayed a sultry, confident character, making her one of WWE's modern-day sex symbols. 9. Tori Wilson. Tori Wilson was one of the top sex symbols during the WWE's Attitude and Ruthless Aggression eras. Her fitness model body and
We'll see about
appearances
the
in
next
Playboy
8 are.
cemented her status as one of the
Very.
sexiest women in WWE history.
Number one's going to be Stephanie McMahon.
8. Kelly Kelly. Kelly Kelly's girl next door look, combined with her stunning figure, made her one of the most popular divas in WWE. Her attractiveness was often a key part of her character during her WWE run. 7. As one of WWE's original sex symbols, Sable became famous for her risque appearances and Playboy spreads. Her confidence and bombshell looks made her a key figure in the Attitude Era. 6. Maurice. With her model-like appearance, French accent, and sultry demeanor, Maurice has always been a fan favorite. Whether as a manager or in-ring competitor, her sex appeal has always been a major part of her persona. 5. Trish Stratus. Trish Stratus started as a fitness model and quickly became one of WWE's biggest female stars.
Question
Her
mark?
combination of beauty, fitness,
think
and
maybe?
undeniable charisma made her an instant hit with fans. Hasher 4. Eva Marie. Known for her striking red hair and her glamorous appearance, Eva Marie was portrayed as one of WWE's hottest women. Her looks and presentation were often the focal point of her character. 3. Stacy Keibler. With her long legs and supermodel looks, Stacy Keibler became known as one of WWE's top sex symbols. Her entrance alone would send the crowd into a frenzy, and her physical presence always drew attention. Her tier Lana. Lana brought a glamorous, model-like appeal to WWE, playing the seductive and cunning manager of Rusev. Her beauty and stunning outfits made her one of WWE's sexiest stars. 1. Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss combines a girl-next-door beauty with a seductive
Only when
edge in
she
many of her
was
characters.
before, not now.
Whether playing the playful goddess or more sinister
There it
roles,
is.
her striking
The list
looks
for
have
number 1.
always captivated WWE fans.
Robbie
This
says
list
AI with some
focuses purely
spicy,
on the women who brought
inconsistent
significant
opinions and
sex appeal to
information.
WWE programming, contributing to their
Right.
popularity with fans.
Chris says not a bad list, but probably out of order. He's like,
Yeah.
no Scarlet. Yeah. Chris says Bliss number 1, baby.
You're absolutely right. Scarlett Bordeaux is often considered one of the sexiest women in professional wrestling today. Known for her bombshell looks and sultry persona, Scarlett has made a major impact in WWE as the manager and partner of Karrion Kross. Her character often emphasizes allure
Carry
and
on, my
seduction,
wayward son.
making her a standout when it comes to sex appeal. In fact, Scarlett could easily be included in a top list like this, ranking highly due to her stunning looks, confidence, and the way she carries herself on WWE television. If I were to revise the list, Scarlett Bordeaux would definitely be up there with names like Mandy Rose and Lana.
That's on each end of the spectrum.
Chris says she got a huge rack now. We need Bliss back on TV if she doesn't want to wrestle. Have her as a manager. Eh.
Yeah, or a mom and she just stay home. But I get what you're saying. I'd love her to be a manager.
I don't think that's what she wants. I don't think she
She
cares
could come back
enough.
as a talk show host.
I don't think she cares
Like
enough
Brother Love.
to come back into wrestling ever again.
Yeah, she just wanted to be famous and she married somebody that was famous. So she's set. You know, it would be cool to have her on there just as like Brother Love though. Like just a talk show. Like,
Right.
She never does anything else. Twisted Bliss. Or whatever it was called. What was it called? Twisted Bliss? What was the name of her show?
I don't remember. I really don't. It's been so long since they had it on there. I mean, it's been years and years, dude. Since they had her actual talk show.
Anyways, we do have a match going on. It's Braun Breaker, not Braun Strowman, it's Braun Breaker, going up against one half of the Uso Penitentiary, Jay, the better half of the Usos.
The only half that's around right now.
Do you like his white pockets?
No, they're distracting and weird.
I have to agree that his outfit is very, very flamboyant.
It's not flamboyant. It's just, it's like made all cheap. It looks cheap.
Uh-huh.
Like really cheap. And it's like, hey, I'm going to wear these weird pants that don't fit right. My pockets are stupid, but I'm going to put pockets on them anyways.
Yay!
Chris says, ask AI who is hottest between the beautiful people Angelina Love or Velvet Sky. It probably doesn't even know who those people are.
So if I have to type them up.
It's a no, Chris. It's a no. They're the same. I'm going to answer for AI.
Let's see if I
The
can.
hottest between them is themselves.
What is it?
It's the very last one. Chris said they need AI in my voice. How awful for all of you. Do you want the nasally live voice impression that I can do? I mean, I could read out what he has. I mean, it would be in my voice. Chris had said, we need AI in D voice.
You have to wait till it's done.
Oh, how long does it take for it to load it? Oh, it gives pinpoints.
Whatever that means. Check it out until it's entered. But you have an advantage. Know the answer.
What the? Why wouldn't you?
Know the
That's
answer.
weird. All right, Chris, here you go. Between Angelina Love and Velvet Sky, both members of the Beautiful People faction in TNA Impact Wrestling, it's hard to say definitively who is the hottest, since it depends largely on personal preference. Here's a breakdown of what each brings to the table in terms of looks and presence. Angelina Love, features. Known for her striking facial features, platinum blonde hair, and fit physique, Angelina Love exudes a more polished, glamorous appeal. Her persona in the ring often emphasized this sultry, mean girl vibe. Her character, Angelina played the role of the queen bee in The Beautiful People, often presenting herself as superior and irresistible. Overall appeal, she's known for her elegance and sharp features, appealing to fans who prefer a more traditionally glamorous, high-maintenance appearance. Velvet Sky, features. Velvet Sky has a more playful, girl-next-door vibe with a toned physique and long blonde hair. She often had a fun, flirty energy in her presentation. Character. Velvet had a slightly edgier and more rebellious streak compared to Angelina, adding to her sex appeal with a mix of sweetness and sass. Overall appeal, Velvet's look and personality made her appealing to fans who liked a more approachable, down-to-earth sexiness with a touch of punk rock flair. Conclusion? Both women are cunts. Just kidding. Both women were known for their sex appeal and were portrayed as seductive and confident. If you prefer a more glamorous, high-maintenance aesthetic, Angelina Love might be your pick. If you lean towards a fun, flirty, and slightly edgy persona, Velvet Sky would stand out more. Ultimately, both were key in making the Beautiful People faction one of the most memorable groups in women's wrestling. There you go. Was it so much more interesting? Did you listen better?
Was it me? Dominik Mysterio will be locked inside of a shark cage.
Ooh.
And it's not even Shark Week.
I know, right? Like, how weird is that?
Stuff that I touched.
They're like, we didn't want to do it then. We're going to do it later. Chris says yes. Oh, yeah? That's good.
Now do it in Mandy Rhodes' voice.
I can't do it in Mandy Rose's voice. The only thing I can do that is Mandy Rose's is her music entrance.
Right.
Mandy. That's it. That's all I got.
Really all you need.
He tossed him, but his lower back made it so he landed on the stuff over there.
Well, Washington's out
Oh, well, good for them.
by a law.
Got a couple minutes left in the fourth.
Oh, it's over. They threw a bomb. See, watch.
Oh, goodness.
Down.
Oh.
His knee's down right here, so touchdown. Braun Steiner.
Yeah, Braun Steiner.
Steiner Braun.
Here, take him. Stop him. Oh, Lord. Oh. No, I'm just tired of him being on my lap. Okay. I don't think he realizes how uncomfortable he is to be on my lap.
You know how uncomfortable he is when he's the one laying down.
He's like, Mom left me up, but I'm still sleepy. Nevaeh's like, what doing? Oh, watching this last match of the night of
I'm
Raw.
trying to watch Braun Breaker beat up an Uso.
Jay Uso.
One half of the Uso penitentiary.
He's got a loser win. Something's got to happen.
What do you think will happen?
But I don't know.
Interference?
Maybe.
Who would interfere?
I
That
don't know.
weird Hermie? Look,
Who?
he had him pinned and he stopped and started doing push-ups.
They weren't even full on push ups. They were like weird lady push
They were the
ups.
girl push-ups, but still.
5 push ups in a row.
That's a lot for a man.
Anyways, like, don't say who wins for me because I'm not watching Raw. Well, since this is a live reaction and we probably will say who wins here in about, I don't know, 7 minutes maybe.
I'm watching them.
I don't know, it's 8:49.
Uh-oh.
I'm not sure.
About 10 minutes. You're going to know.
So, you might want to leave
Ooh.
before then, just in
You
case, if you want to watch it
know.
yourself later.
I'll tell you who won. Braun.
Oh no, he's gonna fly.
Just kidding. Uso. Through the ropes? No.
Oh.
Braun did something. What, did he rake his eyes? I couldn't tell.
I
what
guess he got the best of him.
Yeah.
I think he got the best of him.
The best of the best. Braun drove his face right down into that cardboard. Over and over. Braun could just leave. Get counted out.
It's true.
Walk off with the belt. Take the L.
Yeah. He
Still
doesn't even
champion.
have to really win.
Doesn't have to be involved in the decision.
It's true.
What's he doing here?
Oh,
Oh god, that's a bulldog.
he did some stuff.
He hit him with a bulldog.
They're like, we're going to make sure
On
that
the
these
announce
desks don't break.
He used to break in the old days.
Right. Well, they've got all this stuff on them now, and it looks like they have all this stuff. So
It
they're
looks like
like,
it's
we don't
taped.
want you to break. And it's all taped,
Yeah.
so it can't.
It's reinforced with extra Velcro.
And it's like, does Jay have the advantage?
Not right
which
now.
part?
Both of them are laid out on the other side of the
Can I come back for a
announcer
minute?
table. Because of a bulldog that Braun Breaker just gave him. On top of the table.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have to wait for this commercial break to get over with. Before...
Oh, hey, have you seen this, watch this movie thing? You need to listen to it.
I'm finding anything. Oh, wow. November 15th. Oh, God. Captain America's gonna say Santa Claus? Oh, my God. Captain America. I'll watch it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great show already. Seen Elf? Red One. That's one.
Yeah. There you go.
Red One, November 15th. Also the night that Mike Tyson fights the problem child, Jake Paul.
Oh, somebody gets broken. Poor them.
There could be breakage.
Chris says, who is on your list, Travis, of sexiest women in WWE and WWF history? Doesn't matter what hair color, just in general of all time.
It's not even a question. It's Tori Wilson and then everybody else. And I'd probably go with Eva Marie after Tori Wilson. Scarlett Bordeaux would be in the top 3, probably. And then the rest. And then you could just start kind of putting them in there. Because there are a lot of pretty girls that are smoke shows that could fit right there. You've got Mickie James, Maurice. You couldn't go wrong with Maurice. You could put Maurice at number 1, and I wouldn't even argue with the argument. But
Right.
so Maurice probably 4, and especially how well she aged,
Mm-hmm.
how good she looks now. Stacia Keibler was something special, just because of her length of her legs. But like I said, there is a lot. Christy Hemme. Mendez or whatever her name was. That girl was smoking hot. I can't remember what her first name was. Yeah, so there's a lot of really pretty women. You know, and not to mention, you can go with the little girl look too, with Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, Kairi Sane. If you want to, I wouldn't go that way sexy wise.
Right.
I mean,
Neve
Bliss
says,
with her boobs now, she's on there. Bliss would be on there in the top 10.
right. Neve says, I hope Jake Paul beats Mike Tyson. Chris says, yep, don't sleep on Eva Marie and Bliss, baby. Mandy Rose and Scarlett, Chris says.
You know, I'm not a huge fan of the Mandy. Obviously, she's pretty and everything, but she's very, very square-shaped, like the girl on Fridays, the
Tiffany Stratton.
Tiffany Stratton, and I'm just not a fan of that, like the squareness at the lower half.
Neve's like, I want you and him to play rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Yeah.
The hell's that? Like rock, paper, scissors, and then a gun?
No, that's supposedly what you say. You do like 1, 2, 3, shoot. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Like so. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Right.
Then you put whatever you're gonna do.
Really? So you do it 4 times? I don't know if I'd do it right.
That's what I've seen, anyways.
Yeah, I would.
He always did it on the 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's how we learned.
Oh wow.
Throughout
Yeah, I
stuff.
don't know if I could do that.
You just have to say it in your head. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors.
My muscle memory isn't there. Like my forearm didn't want to open when I did it.
Right.
That's fucking weird. Yeah, I'd have to think.
You're like, my brain says no. And it's almost 9 o'clock at night. Absolutely not.
No,
Rawr.
it's
Rawr. Rawr, kitty.
on the 3rd. Oh yeah, I was like, what am I doing? I'm putting that red one in my calendar.
Mm-hmm. And Neve's like, is there a commercial? No, it's the end.
Oh god, it's not there. I thought there
Braun and Jay are still at it. Got the old Frankenstein.
Watching so it kills me with this.
8:57.
We're getting really close to the end. This is the end The end, my friend, the end.
Chris says, Kennedy!
Kennedy!
So he says, next week is the final Raw, with it being 3 hours, and next week's show looks big.
I'm excited for it to go to 2 hours.
God, me too. We're going to get spoiled for a few months of it being that, and then it's going to go back to 3, and it's going to be like, blah.
We'll just quit.
We'll just quit. We're done. Beginning of next year, we're
Our
retiring.
Last day
It's
will
our
be
last,
the end of this year.
our last day.
Thanks for watching.
Goodbye. We're not going to be watching wrestling anymore. We're going to do something
We'll
else.
just have Sophie do our news channel.
Right? Have Sophie to our news channel. Play video games or something.
Gorilla press. Bam! That's his finisher, baby!
The
1,
Steiner
2.
recliner.
Oh, somehow Jay got his shoulder up.
Good God. How's that possible?
Did you just say Steiner recliner?
That's what Chris said. Chris said Steiner recliner.
That's definitely not a Steiner.
I didn't say it. He said it.
I'm just letting you know.
I don't care. I will not remember any of this. 10 minutes from now, I'll be like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And then move on with my life some more. So if it's like, don't retire. What?
We're not.
You don't
we
even
just don't
like
want to
us.
spend 6 hours on Raw. Maybe I guess we could cut out AEW, and then we'd still be at 6 hours.
Right?
That's a good idea.
Oh, because you're saying because
Raw and SmackDown both being 3 hours.
if they were both 3
Yeah.
and not do the 2.
Not do the
I just
two.
think it's gross that they have to end cap the week. Like, you know what I mean? Start and end cap it. It's like, ugh. And they're going to end cap it with that. If they really do that, I think they're fucking themselves if they do.
Jay thinks he has a shot. He's up top.
Well, right now he thinks he has the advantage.
Frog splash.
Oh no, he did a frog
1,
splash.
2.
Oh, he
Ron
didn't
Barrett,
win.
You know it.
So he says next week, last monster standing. They have been building to that for the past month.
Yeah, should be a good one.
And they asked about Jay having the advantage, which I just said he kind of thought he did, but didn't.
He
And then
thought he was
Sophie
gonna win
says,
it.
I like you guys. And Jay almost won.
Well, thanks for liking us.
And Chris is like, oh shit. Oh
Ron's
no.
hulking up.
Is he mad? Is he mad?
He's a madman. Why is he throwing him outside? He's going to get
What?
disqualified.
What?
That would have been a beautiful.
What?
You gotta catch it with 2 hands, man. That's why
Give me your face.
you have 2 hands for a re.
Right?
Oh, Jay just kicked him with a thrust kick on the outside. Jay's gonna put him through the barricade, but remember, Jay can't win on a count out. Jay has to get him inside the ring to win this match. Okay, Braun's inside. Jay's inside. Into the ropes. Spear! New champion! It's coming!
Mm.
The Uso Penitentiary!
They're
Singles
gonna do it, aren't
gold!
they? They're gonna do it.
New champion. Why, we have no idea. But hopefully it makes sense. We'll let it play out for a little bit.
Maybe his dad bitching and moaning on social media.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's getting our participation trophy.
It's dumb. I know that. Why would you give a tag team wrestler a singles championship?
It's part of a tag team. As Chris said, oh shit, what the fuck, no way. And Sophie says, I'm surprised they aren't doing Last Monster Standing at the pay-per-view next week. Chris says, just watch Travis D. I can't believe it. They actually did it. And Sophie's like, wow. And Chris says, that's BS.
That's just It's
So
dumb.
that means Gunther is better than Braun longer IC title reign. I guess.
it's- to me, it's
I think it was premature. I mean, it's fine if they wanted to like possibly put the title on him, but I feel like it's way premature, like doing it like they did. But oh wow, Chimichanga in the chat now, but giving the thumbs down for everything, all that good stuff. All right, everybody, that's the end of Raw tonight. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us. We'll be back again on Wednesday for AEW Dynamite. You guys have a good, safe start to your week, and we'll see you in the middle.
of the week.
Yeah, we'll see you in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Where money gets tight. But I guess I'm doing all right.
Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab. Bye-bye.
Bye.